We're live.
All right. Hello, and welcome to an Aashiyana adventure with the Pigeon Killers presented by PanicNot. Hopefully, everything will go fine. There were some technical difficulties, but we powered through it and super excited to be with you today. I'm Ankit Dayal. I will be the game master tonight, and we're playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm running a one shot for these lovely people in the world of Aashiyana, which was co-created by me and fellow PanicNot founder Samir Alam. And with me tonight, ready for a TPK, is the TPK crew.
Hey guys.
Everybody say hi.
Hello.
Hey. Hello, hello.
Hello,
So,
people.
firstly, big thanks to you all for inviting me and PanicNot on your channel here on YouTube. You guys should check out the other videos and catch one live because we stream almost every week, sometimes more than once a week. Um, both of us, PanicNot as well as the Pigeon Killers, are on Discord, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Follow us there, be part of the exponentially expanding Indian TTRPG community. Let's get into meeting our players for tonight. So please introduce yourselves. Let's see. Which way should we go? Let's start with Shema.
So, buddy, we are the Pigeon Killers. We started live streaming our sessions about, I'd say, a month ago.
2 months.
We have about 6 episodes, so that's 6 weeks. So yeah, about 2 months. So it started off as us just trying to do something fun and record what we were doing, and then Kushagra just had to go like insane with the creatives, and we're like, oh fuck, this is real. And then he did the same thing with PanicNot, where he joins Clubhouse, so then comes back and is like, hey guys, guess what I got? So I'm the one. I'm DMing our other campaign on our YouTube channel, and these guys are my players there. Today I am going to be playing a Water Genasi bard slash druid by the name of Kalyu. Let's see how this goes. I'm really excited. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. So I'm Kush, and yeah, I'll be playing a bugbear barbarian, a bugbearian, if you will. Yeah, and his name is Rekka, the Wrecker. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
All right, I'm
Ashwin.
going next. So I'm Ashwin. I'll be playing a Kenku artificer called Seraphin, and not too much information on him yet. But I'm going to be trying to mimic pretty much every one of these guys throughout the session today. Yeah, Zorel, your turn.
Jivan, I'm playing a goblin fighter named Zorul, and yeah, he's gonna be a little annoying. He's gonna be out there. It's not a conventional build. That's all I wanna say. Let's just hope it works.
Awesome. So, and I just want to say this one shot is actually a prequel adventure to our PanicNot's first published TTRPG module, which is called Voyage to Ambershine Island, which released like more than a month ago, just about more than a month ago, and is available right now for free download. You can get it at linktree.com/vtai. Every element of the game that you're seeing here and hearing here tonight is actually part of the free downloadable content that we're sending to anyone that makes a donation to a fundraiser on mutualaidindia.com. Sorry, this cat in my room might destroy everything, but ignore. So you can donate to a fundraiser labeled urgent on mutualaidindia.com and send us a receipt and the name of the fundraiser at contact@panicnotin, and we just mail you a whole bunch of things. So this is all part of a little TLC for the DLC initiative that we started, and includes this amazing art that you're seeing on Foundry, which was made by Raya Sarkar at Rabbit Bucket on Instagram and Twitter. Go check her stuff out. It's amazing. And there's more character art, tokens, enhanced and layered maps made by Mehrnaz Patel and Samir Alam. There's like 6 different music and ambience tracks, one of which you're hearing right now playing through Foundry, hopefully, by yours truly. And presets for VTTs like Roll20 and Foundry as well. So it's basically a whole package for ready to go for any DMs or anyone wanting to give their DM a bunch of free and good quality assets which they can use anywhere and forever, which I love. So more details are on PanicNot.in if you want to check it out. And finally, a shout out to Prakritya, who's kind of co-GMing this session with me, since he kind of set it up on Foundry and also will be troubleshooting whenever we need. So that's about it. We can now get into our adventure, and I would say we can play the video for Voyage to Ambershine Isle as a precursor to this precursor.
Yes. One second, guys. Hey guys, we're back. Sorry about that.
Okay, we good to go, right?
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
making sure that everyone on YouTube, anywhere that you're watching this, can see the map. The players are there only for cinematic purposes. Uh, they are not actually present in this room, and I would encourage them to not move around. All right, we're gonna start with somewhat of a cold open. A pigeon flies across the early evening skies of Aashiyana. It soars at a sharp angle, clearing around the corner of a threatening cloud as it's finally blessed by the view of a coastline that's amber lit from the setting sun and a rather quiet and peaceful evening. Despite the constant cacophony of a little port town, it's quite serene. This is Kalpi. As the pigeon approaches the coast, a massive ship-like vessel catches its eye. The pigeon flies along the side of the main deck, passing by the anointed name of the vessel, the Dreamer, taking a leisurely round of the sprawling but empty main deck until it spots a target. A worm squirming through one of the porthole windows near the surface of the water. It waits a moment for the sea breeze to pick up and then uses the momentum to zip straight down at the pigeon. No match. Seconds later, the worm is within its beak, and the pigeon, now kind of fulfilled with its hunt, looks through this window that it was crawling out through on the ship and notices a figure lurking within. The figure you see on the map. A human, somewhat lanky, not wearing what he's wearing in this token, but dark skinned, pear shaped bald head. He's wearing functional leather over a pastel silk shirt, swearing and sweating profusely as he's sitting with his knees clutched to him in this vessel's cargo hold. A door beside him is slightly open, and beyond that, there's a cage that sits in darkness. Steam rolls out through this open door, kind of in this green shimmering light, and on his right hand, the middle finger has a dull amber glow that undulates for a few seconds before darkening into a plain looking brass. The figure takes one deep breath and finally, looking to his right, slams the door shut. Takes another second. The figure starts walking towards where this pigeon is situated, looking through the porthole. And the pigeon gets ready to fly off, thinking it's been caught. But the figure steps into what looks like the cage within the hole and steps through its open door. The pigeon cocks its head as far as at an angle as it can, trying to get a good view, and is taken aback as a lantern is lit within the cage, and some things come into view. I believe it should be visible on Foundry now as well.
Okay.
Revealing that the figure is now staring at a mostly skeletal body. The bald man struggles a bit as he lifts the body, which looks severely burnt and charred. And out of some remaining clothing that it has, falls an eye, and it rolls around. When it hits the floor, it makes like a hard clanking sound on the wood. The man immediately brings down his foot on top of the eye a few times until it makes sure that it's not moving anymore. And he then exits the cage with the body on his shoulder. Still heaving, still sweating, he puts out the lantern and then starts walking up a narrow stairway. And the pigeon flies back towards the main deck. Now we switch scenes a little bit. As the pigeon follows this creature, this figure, for the next 15 minutes. And even more curious now about its tale. So, for the next 15 minutes, this determined pigeon follows this figure as he puts the body in a small raft that he lowers into the water and starts rowing it away from the ship. He looks around often for other vessels and onlookers, and finding none other than our feathered friend, continues on, clearing around a corner of a coast. The sun now is almost completely set, and the clouds above start thundering. We cut to this small raft now reaching a shore, while a light drizzle picks up. The night sky is faintly lit by the shards of the moon as the man brings his raft past an octopus-shaped statue and under what looks like stilts to a much bigger structure, a vast structure of wood and stone, standing on stilts over the water, a little walkway going to land. And this statue seems to be resting on some kind of floating pedestal, and once the boat that the figure is on goes into the darkness below the stilts, the pigeon, still very much plagued with curiosity, flies into. 6 seconds later, a yelp, and the pigeon feathers poof out of the darkness, followed by silence. At this very moment,
Yeah.
I think we got logged out of Foundry for some reason.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Technical difficulties there, sorry.
When a TPK, I guess, is in vicinity. So I'll continue on though.
Sure.
At this very
Yeah.
moment, by mere coincidence or prophetic timing, the four of you arrive just outside this vast structure, this establishment, absolutely unaware of anything that I just said. You stand facing a pretty massive and extravagant sign that says the B4 experience. You're aware that you're supposed to be here, you just got here. Does anyone want to do anything before we go ahead?
Gently look at Zora. Zora, are you sure that we're going to be able to make some gold here? A bit of coin. I know I need to pay you back, but place looks slightly daunting.
Trust me, Lassie. The best coin is in the places where you least expect.
On some
Just follow my
weird
lead.
island.
Don't think too much.
I don't know, like it's a little weird to be walking away from the water for me, and you see this figure shimmering in the sunlight, looking like their form was made out of the water that's right behind her. And they're looking down at their companion, who's a little green pirate. Come on, Captain. I know I owe you my life for taking me on board, but is it all right for us to go with those two?
Hey, I thought we were friends.
We friends. We friends.
Do we need a contract to prove that? I don't really know how this works.
All you need to prove friendship is this. And I reach out.
Is that a friendship bag?
Oh no, this is just my hand.
Is that hi? And they hesitantly put their hand forward. Sorry, I know we've met before, but it's always nice to reintroduce yourselves before going into some unknown place.
And as I shake their hand, I crush it a little too hard.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
like-
hey.
Don't remember me?
I mean, I definitely won't forget now. I'm sorry. What about you, dude? Sorry, like I heard that dude is a good way to build relations.
Dude, and I also you see the Kenku put up his feathers forward and go for a handshake as well. I'm looking at Rekka, and I also put my feathers forward.
So we hold
yes.
a feather each. Hey.
Yeah, we're standing in a triangle. holding each other's hands.
And do the ring around the rosy. Can you go in already?
Hey, why don't you join in?
Yeah, you can start in the middle and you can go Hasha Pusha, and then we'll all fall down.
I'm gonna walk towards the door.
Yeah, so as you walk towards the door, you kind of recall having to deal with this kind of chemistry, let's say, for the last year or so, because you've been together traveling for the last year across the many tiny islands of the Matsuri archipelago, hopping about from one to the other, finding interesting things and meeting interesting people that have either sought refuge here from the rest of Aashiyana or are digging through its ancient and rich mines, which you also did for a while. For the last few days, you've been looking for some way to get to Ambershine Island for your own individual or shared reasons, and hopefully in time for the Festival of Ambitions that takes place every 3 years and attracts a horde of people from all 7 nations of Aashiyana for the celebration and the fortune that can befall any standout talent that competes in the festival. It's very difficult to get there, as you know, and being surrounded by the steaming sea and all its unique, strange creatures beneath, not many dare to travel by ship. However, you know that this shack, this place called the B4 Experience, that's standing on stilts in front of you, is where your sources told you that you can find passage aboard a vessel of sorts that's about to leave for Ambershine Island tonight, and is still looking for a crew. So that's where we'll pick up as you kind of start walking towards this main structure. You see it's quite humongous, and there's a fog kind of coming in behind it as the light drizzle is also falling, so it's hard to see where it ends. But to the right, you can definitely see like an outdoor section that's connected to the structure. There seem to be a lot of different things happening in each corner of that patio type structure. Um, let's say one of you give me a history check. Someone who feels like they might know what this place might be like already.
I think that would be either Rekka or Seraphin. So let me go.
Okay, I'll roll history.
You're rolling cool.
Could you try repeating something you've seen before, maybe?
That's a 17.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Oh, you've got a good memory too. I forgot. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, it's a -1. So you actually rolled an 18.
Yeah.
Not bad. So you know that this place used to be called the Bhatena Bar. Like for the longest time, it was just called the Bhatena Bar. It used to be this kind of dingy, kind of like not very well known, but one of those hidden gems of Kalpi. It's located in like the older, unfashionable coast of the famed port of Kalpi, and it's one of the many different places that in recent times has been either falling apart or just falling off the radar of most adventurers. But it was usually known for a really well-priced menu, really cheap but hard drinks, and a pretty warm service, as well as these evergreen musical nights that were called bed hugs.
Bed.
So,
Sorry.
bed hugs.
Head
Yeah.
hugs.
Basically, it would be a sit-down session where people would. It would kind of be like an open mic, almost, but there would be like constant, interaction with people. And in its heyday, the bed hugs used to be, like all the gharanas of Aashiyana, which are like these major, let's say, factions of ancestral bards that have continued like a tradition and are now actually quite in power in Ambershine Island. They've been continuing on for like decades, if not hundreds of years. So you know this. You would also know actually. This was Rekka, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I would say you would know that one of these people that owns the bar is actually was part of a military force that your friend was also part of. I believe the Kenku used to be in the military in a platoon that also served under the Khopcha army,
Yes.
which is one of the nations. So you kind of clock that as well and remember that. So do you all
Right,
continue
so-
forward?
We'll continue forward into the bar.
So this place is, this place is everything I love. Good food, good beer, and wasn't this guy you were looking for your papers or something, Seraphin?
Yes, the guy, uh, the guy I'm looking
How?
for is uh, and you see he doesn't seem to get the word what he's looking
Yes,
for.
he is here. He is here.
Yes, he's here, and he'll point at towards the bar door, and he'll try to like lead the way.
Should be able to move your tokens
Tokens.
up this walkway towards the bar.
All right.
Totally do that. You see that the doorway is actually some 15-foot high type of paned window that almost looks like it's like a shutter of sorts. And it seems to be open, like somewhat open at least. As you kind of approach it, you do see that someone's standing on the other side, and there's light coming in from inside. And as you start approaching, you can see some of the open windows on the front as well that you can look inside through. And they notice you looking at them as you're coming through the rain. There's this somewhat tall, elvish ears, uh, long hair, but looks like they mean business and are kind of like straightening up their jacket. They're wearing very fancy clothing as if like just about to be presentable, but you guys kind of took them by surprise. And as you start coming near, they start opening up the entire thing, the entire shutter of the front, kind of welcoming you in. Um would you guys like to do something before you reach them, or you keep going?
Do they say welcome?
Yeah, as in as the door opens, they go, "Oh, well, welcome to the
Thank
Beach
you.
Tour experience."
Thank you. And I walk in.
All right.
And-
Oh, great. If you could just hold on, we're just cleaning up. You guys are a little early for our usual crowd, but there are other people.
I'm used to dirty places.
Oh, okay. Please continue on in. My name is Hutoxi Bhatena. You can call me Tox.
Because
Please.
you like to talk? Because you like to talk or because you're toxic?
Oh, well, maybe a little bit of both. Let's just say some of my exes would say so.
I
But,
mean, I don't know if that's good for a reputation.
No, I'm making a joke. I'm sorry. Not sure if that came through. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not seeing anybody right now, and I haven't for a while. But I don't think it's always me. But maybe I should start rethinking that. Anyway, getting off point. Rockwell, please bring them the menus. Yes, thank you. Yes, the Bear Hug is about to start. We're just waiting on our first performer. But please feel free, take a seat. There are a few left at least, and you kind of now start looking through the bar, and the three tables that you notice first are these kind of tables that are on maybe like 6 inches off the floor, and all the seating is, it has a backrest, but it's all to the ground. It's kind of like people are sitting cross-legged on them. It's kind of like a leisurely, loungy type of vibe on some of these. There is a big ass table on the right as well with like a couch and everything, but nobody's on there yet. Um, there are some there are 3 people that you see, as you can see on the map.
Yep.
However, before I say any further, there is a stage section to the left that you can see, and there is something happening there, but it looks extremely strange to you. I would say somebody can give me a nature check, maybe, or actually a perception check would be.
I'm just looking at food.
Also, DM, do I know the person that I'm trying to meet up with? Like, do I
You know it's one of the owners. You know it's one of the owners. So you could ask the gentleman
Talking
that's leading you in right now.
Oh, okay, fine. Then I'll move up to Toxie and I'll be like, Toxie, do you know owner? He give paper for ship.
Okay, I see you're quite the wordsmith, my friend. Please, please come inside. I am one of the owners, and the other is my brother. And he points to the bar. And there's a figure behind the bar. The bar itself is about, normal size. However, this figure seems to be almost towering over it. And then you notice that they're kind of leaning in what looks like a chair that is extended upwards. And they kind of see you notice, put down some of the glasses on the bar as they should be, as they are presentable. Kind of looks up to Hutoxi and motions, and then starts making their way around the bar towards you. As they do, you do notice that they start suddenly lowering, and the entire chair is attached to these wheels. It looks like some kind of modified wheelchair that they're in that is able to just make them as tall as they need to be with some kind of a lever on the side.
Okay.
And yeah, this person kind of looks like a older version of Atoxy, but with the half elven features, you're not really sure how much older. He has
Okay.
shorter hair and kind of baggy eyes, definitely. And obviously seems to be injured from the bottom half, but it goes up to you. Yes.
What way? Is it like a permanent way or a temporary way?
Oh no! You can see that there are bandages and there are a lot of casting done. Not the spell casting, but like basically ways to keep it not moving as much. But the lower half is still there. They seem to be used to it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's rolling up to you guys.
Alright,
So
I
he-
walk. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, he comes up and basically says, "What would you like to drink?" It would be my first question, regardless of what your questions are. What are you all having?
I'll look around the others.
Can I have some pumpkin soup, please?
Pumpkin soup, or sure, Rockwell, ready the pumpkins. Yeah, sure, no problem. What else?
You've got ale.
Oh, we have quite a lot of ale. Here you go. Here's the menu.
I don't need that. I'll have ale.
Great. There's some special ale. There's some, not so special ale, but all of it's good. You also notice that there's music kind of
this is
playing to the right, and on a stage, whoever basically all of you got above a 15, but he seems to be talking through it as if nothing's happening, but there are 2 spectral figures on stage sitting. One of them seems to be female, wearing some sort of like a sari, and basically sitting in front of an actual Tanpura that's sitting on the stage. And the other spectral figure is sitting cross-legged in front of like this percussion instrument. Some of you might recognize it as a tabla. and they seem to be playing. People seem to be clapping. Sometimes people don't clap, but they're still clapping in the air. And there's some kind of like a light that's casting onto the stage just so to create an ambience of sorts. But it's a very strange sight to behold for sure.
We haven't seen something like this before.
Well, no. You have seen maybe a Baithak before somewhere in Matsyadeep or
Okay.
Aashiyana, but not in this way. And so the older brother, he kind of introduces himself. My name is Hormaz, and looks straight at the Kenku who was basically addressing Hutoxi and says, "You're Seraphin.
Yes, Seraphim, friend.
I got word that you would be coming. Welcome to the Patena Bar." And Hutoxi immediately cuts him off and says, "No, not just the Patena Bar. I'm sorry, this is the Patena Bar Barbecue and Better Experience. There's many things we have on offer. Please get your drinks if you want. The show should be starting soon, but there's plenty to explore. We have an outdoor patio. We have a boat ride. We have the beat 'em, eat 'em if you can beat 'em challenge. There's so much to do. Please have a look at the menu, won't you?"
I'll look at
Anyways, he starts.
Yeah.
He
My
starts
ale.
leading you to one of the tables.
Maybe we can sit at the longest table, so our back is against the wall, and we can see if anybody comes and tries to do anything funny again with us.
Oh, sure, we could do that. I'll approach. Sorry. Sorry, what's the half elf's name? The elder brother?
The older one is called Hormaz. He
Hormaz.
introduces
Okay.
him as Hormaz Batena,
So-
and the younger one is Hutoxi.
Okay, I'll first look at Rekka and be like, Rekka, you can do the eat 'em and beat 'em challenge.
I just want some ale right now.
How about we give you the ale, and then you do the challenge, and then we get famous.
Is that how it
Well,
works?
first ale, then we think.
But the purpose of ale is so that we don't think. So that works for you because that's not too hard. But for the rest of us, maybe we shouldn't drink.
And I get brain fried by this statement. Like questioning
okay,
my
it's
existence.
So
okay.
at this
essentially,
point.
we have like. Okay.
Uh,
Each other.
I sit down on the floor. Why do we drink?
We drink so we have an excuse for not being able to
Okay.
think.
The Batena brother, the younger one, comes straight up to you guys and says, "Is everything okay? We have seating up here."
It's okay, he's going through a bit of a crisis. It's not a big
Alright.
deal. It happens all the time.
Drink or not to drink? That is the
Not-
question.
Drink?
Wonderful.
I would
Can
drink.
you stop breaking and can you just
And just-
Zoral, I just take him to the side, okay? And Zoral, do you have any idea what's happening on the stage over there?
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, Papa always says, and he points to, the figure on stage, that a real adventurer's tavern is all about three things: good ale, great company, and drunk patrons who can't read the bill. And Hormaz kind of peeks up from the bar where he's pouring the ale, and he says, "Nope, no, he never said that," and pours like a big old jug of ale and brings it towards you, and brings it to your table. He said, "Are you taking the lounging table?"
Yeah.
All right, just so somebody's sitting in one or two of those chairs, so just give them a little space if they show up. But otherwise, you should be fine. And
I
he
grab
plunks down.
I grab it and I say, I'll take that table. And I go sit on the piano. And I keep my jar of ale on the keys. So,
Oh, okay. So
Reka.
What?
So you walk through the crowd, you notice on your right as you're walking through that there's a woman sitting on the table closest to you guys. Well, a figure that from one end looks extremely unusual, has like a very peculiar hat, but very tall figure, wearing very nice leather robe, and everything looks at you as you walk straight past towards the stage, and you go and plonk down the ale on top of the piano. Just give me a strength check or like an athletic check.
You're gonna break the piano.
oh no. I'll go with athletics. That's a 9.
Okay, that's not bad at all. In terms of piano, you would expect there to be sound, but as you walk up to it, you notice that it's not any kind of other piano that you've seen before. It looks a little strange. In that like the grand piano has like an open thing that can be closed, so that the sound is muted and stuff. This seems to have an open mouth with some kind of a texture inside as well that seems to be going up and down in like a very smooth motion. Like it's breathing, but you know that it's not a creature of sorts.
It's a harmonium piano.
It's a giant. It's a grand harmonium. And as you plonk it, nothing happens. And then a few seconds later, as the thing comes down, it goes. And at that,
I run after him. I run after him, and I'm just like, oh, ha ha ha! Reka said you don't need to think. That doesn't mean go ahead and do this. And I touch this piano, and I was like, it's all right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a different song for you. This is part of the performance. And I touched the piano and cast mending on it. Thus it
Okay.
mend itself.
Yeah, I would say a 9 wouldn't have broken too much of the piano keys, in that you can cover it with that. One mending cantrip is enough. And Hutoxi comes running behind all of you and like, is there a problem? Did I do something wrong? I'm so sorry.
No, not at all. This is just part of how we do things over here.
You don't have to be sorry about anything. You're just doing your job.
Well, that's true, but I have to say you are an imposing figure.
Don't think of it as an interruption. Think of it as part of the entertainment.
Of course, yes. The show must continue. Papa, Mama, tell it to. And like the music starts up again as you guys start making your way back towards the table, and the ghosts start playing their tanpura and their tabla, like glaring at you. And in that brief second, they went into like their very spectral rage until it like simmered down. And you saw that the elder brother Hormaz like went up to them and like spoke to them very like in a quiet fashion, but explained the situation to them, and then joined you at the table again and said, "All right, what else am I getting you all to drink?"
Could I see menu? One more menu.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Pumpkin soup I had ordered. It's not come yet.
That's a little off the menu, unfortunately. We are on it. Don't worry. It will be here soon. Rockman. And he calls out to this.
Yeah, lemon rice and finest gin, please.
Great choice. I appreciate that you did not go for a cocktail. And he looks at the Hutoxi, his brother, and says, "See, some people still know how to drink." And then goes back to bar and starts making a very stiff gin. Yeah, when he yells out to the corner for your pumpkin soup, you see that there's a gnomish figure behind the kitchen somewhere here. Maybe if you could, if your vision allows it, you might be able to see her. However, is very flustered and in like a rush to prepare a lot of things. Hears this pumpkin soup order, curses down at herself. Says, just had me prepare the fucking menu for the last 6 hours, and then goes back and starts cutting like a pumpkin in the corner and starts preparing it. Doesn't interact with you all other than that. Yeah, as if there's anything else you guys want to do, let me know.
Yeah.
I point at this guy sitting in the table closest to us and I say, "Hell you! Didn't your father teach you to not wear hats indoors?"
You don't see a response as this person is kind of facing the stage and sitting in a very like poised manner. Kind of, you can't see their face yet, but does not pay you any mind.
Blocking my vision!
At that, the figure gets up. Is about 7.5 feet tall.
Jeez.
Quite lanky for being
Jeez.
that tall, but as they turn around, you notice a female figure. Definitely some kind of Goliath. Dressed to the nines and starts coming towards your table.
I lean back even.
Hello, my name is Vanaf. Is there something you want to say to me?
Off and free.
What?
Is your name one off and free?
No, that would be Wanafi. Mistress Wanafi to be exact.
Wanafi. I'm so sorry, Wanafi.
Not a problem. I'm sorry if I was in your way. And she pointedly looks at the bugbear and says, you do well on the seas. Have you been there?
Yes. I came here by sea.
That doesn't say much. You look like a
Hey,
adventurer.
quick question.
Yes.
Are you the one who's looking for a crew to make their way to Ambershine? Because that's what we are here for.
Yes, not many people are here this evening. Anyway, I am the first mate.
The first mate? The first
You're
mate
kind
of?
of fancy for a first mate.
Thank you.
I lean over to Kalyuk. What's a first mate?
So it's like that thing. Yeah, you know, that's what I am. You know, to Zorel. Like he's the captain. Since I'm always around with him, I'm the first mate.
Second
So
in command would be the right.
yeah, that's what she said. So you know, you understand what that means, right, Rekha? That
I
means
think,
that
yes.
if Zorel doesn't give us commands, you take commands from him.
I take commands.
Yeah, you do. I think you
I-
forgot. See, we
Yeah, I
help
don't
you.
recall that happening.
We help you with your mission, and you take commands from Zorel. How can you not remember this? You remember before we had that barbecue, you agreed to this, and then we gave you more ale, and then you were like, "Oh, I don't know," and then you were like, "We gave you more ale," and you're, "Oh yeah, now I agree to this."
Well, that tracks up, yeah.
Yeah, so correct.
Well, that was a fascinating conversation to behold. Thank you very much. I will be sitting on that table now, if you don't mind. My partner, the captain.
No, please come join us.
I think I'm okay. I'm waiting for the captain, who should be here soon. And she goes and starts making her way to the table instead and sits down. At about that time,
Okay, guys.
yeah, go for it.
No, let's just not insult our possible employer. Is what I wanted to tell you, folks.
Yeah, and Zorel, why do I listen to you exactly?
Because I give you A
Ah, yeah,
and I
that
give you
makes
2.
sense. Yeah, okay.
So Captain Zorel, when the other captain comes, maybe we can propose a captain's dinner. Captain, get that conversation going.
Okay, listen. Let me just be clear. I'm not paying for anyone else's food over here. So let them
No,
approach
no.
us.
Zorel, I
mean,
thought you captain.
Captain and being bridge are 2 different things. See, I'm a captain and this is how I live. She is first mate and she's decked out in silks. This does not make sense.
now, we don't dress to be who we want to be. Like sometimes you just need to feel it. I'm sure you could be a better captain than a first mate like her.
Is that an insult?
It's all about perspective and how you take it. If you think it's a compliment, it can definitely be a compliment. If you think that it's an insult, then here, have some more ale.
I'm just gonna drink the ale. Moving on.
So,
So at that
Sure.
point, the front doors kind of open up again in like a dramatic fashion, as suddenly a figure is now standing inside. Um, a figure that the audience and the players here would recognize from the first cold open, but you've never met, you've never seen, and is very much now not dressed the way that we saw him first. Is wearing like this high neck red kind of leather trench coat of sort that goes quite a ways down, wearing these giant golden earrings, has kind of like a yellowish tinge in their eye as well, and like makes like this grand entrance almost, expecting maybe applause, and stands in like this very stately pose. Notices nobody care. Starts walking basically towards the stage. When he approaches the table that Mistress Wanafi is sitting at, bends down, takes like in her hand very, gracefully, gives it a little kiss, and kind of twirls around the table, holding her hand a little bit. She smiles gently as he walks past her and straight towards stage. Um, Approaching the spectral ghost and basically taking center stage. And at this point, he just turns around in a dramatic flash and starts singing. And starts singing really beautifully. And it's disconcerting to see somebody suddenly come out from nowhere and start performing, but you see that there was some kind of a choreography that he had planned there, and the spectral ghost knew what to do, and yeah, he starts singing in this deep voice, um, which kind of takes everyone by surprise. Even the 2 other patrons that are sitting on the chair and the bed hug in front of stage kind of go into like a more relaxed thing, kind of give him a little bit of applause as he starts. Um, and yeah, for the next 5 minutes, you are entranced by this man that has come and kind of taken over the limelight of sorts. Um, your pumpkin soup definitely arrives by this time. Um, the gnome comes up and gives it to you while not making too much of a sound. Is that
So
really
much.
okay? Do you need more?
No. I think this is enough. I'm sorry. I'm a vegetarian, so I thought maybe you might not.
We've got a lot of vegetarian options on the
Oh,
menu.
really?
She like brings out this giant leather menu again and puts it in front of you. We got Bindas fruit salad. We got an ascetic broth. We got all kinds of things.
Oh,
Ascetic broth.
Yeah.
sounds amazing, guys.
What I would suggest is the gargantuan Golgappa medley. That can be spicy but extremely fun.
Oh my god, we get to have Golgappas. I want a plate of Golgappas, please.
Well, it's a platter. I would need your whole party to finish.
So,
Yeah, and so we have someone in our party right now. He would love to take up your challenge. The all you can eat challenge.
It's not so much an all you can eat, but it's beat 'em if you eat 'em is more.
Beat him if you eat him.
Sorry, eat 'em if you beat 'em.
Eat him if you beat him. Okay, so.
I just want to make sure I'll not be fighting beetroots.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case. I'm sorry. I'll have someone explain. To you.
question.
Yes.
Yes, please.
What is your question?
Sorry, G, I don't think it
I
came
want an
through.
explanation of how this works.
Sorry, I think I got cut out.
I mean,
I didn't get
I want to basically I wanted to ask him what it meant.
what the beat 'em if you eat 'em thing meant.
Yeah.
Sorry, is anyone else having?
Yeah,
problem?
G, I
Yeah.
can't hear G properly.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Not just me? Okay. So Jeevan, basically you're asking, Zoril is asking what the beat 'em if you eat 'em, eat 'em if you beat 'em challenge is about. Right? Let me see
Yes,
if I can
yes.
show you the page that it's at.
Oh.
Okay, anyway. Do you see it? It should be in your journal for everybody. If you go to journal, you should be able to find the menu designed by Samir. But it's a hefty menu and it has a lot of options. So she starts pointing to these options, the Stallion Seahorse Special, or the Snappy Fillet of Sea Shark, or Gone Cray Cray for Crayfish, the Kraken
Love
Craven
these.
Kraken Supreme, the Pull Pins of Pincers Party Platter. All this is available.
We should have Ram Wham. Thank you, ma'am. It's seasonal.
I just want to show you. It says, ask about our eat him if you beat him food challenge for a free meal. So we asked, where is our free meal now?
Well, if you beat him, you get it.
But it says ask. We did
Yes.
that.
The process ends with you beating your meal, and then
Oh,
eating.
damn it. Okay, show me.
But that's a good point. Docs, you have to fix the menu, darling. And then she walks off again. Tell him what you want actually. And she points to Hormaz, the older brother behind the bar, who will come back and basically get you anything else that you need to, as this the captain on stage finishes like his "and now the end is near, and so we face my final voyage," and goes into like this extremely serenading tune of how he's about to go on the best adventure in the world and stuff like that. Played to a tabla and tanpura.
That
Rekha,
reminds me.
what do you feel like eating, Rekha? I mean, I'm not too sure about meat and what goes well with ale, but maybe you like something here. You want to, fight and get, bugbear
I'll-
versus menu.
I'll try their challenge, see what happens, see what they give us after that. And by the way, could we tell what race this lady second in command was?
Yeah, half elf, right?
No,
The
she's
second-
a Goliath.
Oh, she's a Goliath.
The-
that's right.
Oh, Goliath.
The first mate, Mistress Manafi, is yeah, you'd be able to tell that she's a Goliath. She's a lot of Goliath actually that you found in Aashiyana are now far removed from like their very tribal kind of roots. They have gone into society and made a name for themselves, and there's enough of there's as much of that as there are bugbears that are adventurers, not just adventurers, but like what are they
Walking
called?
around.
Yeah, like
Civilized.
yeah, sure, civilized or of like an
Common
curious
folk.
minds. Yeah. So as much as bugbear. Yeah. So anything else that you wanted to do? Because otherwise Hormaz will come up to you and basically start giving you the so you wanna do the beat him, eat him thing. Nobody
Yeah,
will
I'll
believe
give
it.
it a whip.
All right. Well, the way it works is we bring the creature, you slay it, whatever way you feel, we prepare it, and you eat it.
Oh, I get excited and I put my hand on my greatsword immediately.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what usually gets the adventurers going. However, we can't do that in here as such. Um, Let me just wrap up, and if you want, you can chill outside on the patio. We'll probably be doing this outside.
Guys, before we head out, I just want to make sure this captain doesn't perform and go away while we're out. So, do you
I
want to
think
talk to him first?
yeah, let's like get at least a business card before we head out.
You have a
So
card?
no, it's this thing. It's this thing I've seen Zoral do with some other people that we've met. Usually we steal stuff, but when we're not stealing, we like to ask them for this. It's this, it's this weird paper-like thing with things written on it, and it has contact information, but we don't have telephones. So I'm not really sure why it's useful, but I'm guessing because names are hard to pronounce, it's easier when you read it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Names are hard to
The
pronounce.
mid effort to send spell.
Yes, I
Right,
think
okay, so
so. Yeah, Captain. Shall we go and talk to the other captain and find out whether we can do some business with him?
Sorel,
Zara,
Captain.
where
Yeah.
are you?
Watch and learn, buddy. Watch and learn.
never ends well.
My way to the captain.
So
Yeah.
On the
where will you
stage?
guys go?
So
We'll follow Zorel to go talk to his captain.
Yeah.
So you notice that by this point, he's kind of winding down his song, but the tabla doesn't stop, the tanpura doesn't stop, and instead from the first row in front of the stage, this man that's like kind of been sitting, lounging in the chair at the base level of this table, basically just starts singing back at him in like a very drunken stupor. Like, hey, kya bolti tu? And like just goes into like something that the spectral ghosts are like trying to follow and like also play along to. And it seems like it's common to just cut in and then start performing, and then he cuts in and Wanaba gets off stage, kind of like gives it a look, gives Wanafi like a that type of a look, and starts coming towards Wanafi. Would you guys like to catch him before he gets there?
yeah, I use minor illusion.
I will go
And
into jail.
I use minor illusion to make these beautiful wavering shapes like fireworks around the captain. And I look at the other two. I'm looking at Salfin, and I'm looking at Rekka, and I'm like, clap, clap, bravo, bravo, wonderful performance. Come on, Salfin, come on. You're good at repeating things, aren't you? Like, clap with us.
And Seraphine starts flapping and flies back.
Clap, clap,
Alright,
clap.
so the rest of you get up and basically meet him halfway or at the table where he's
Yeah, yeah.
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 Yeah, so
Yep.
he comes to, he sees this display of magic suddenly, kind of like goes along with that as if he's done it and turns back to stage and gives like a quip in like a small limerick that he throws at the stage to this guy that like kind of like throws his beat off, and seeing the magic kind of throws him off. Again, that's my die. And like goes back to doing his drunken spiel on stage. While he turns to you and says, "That was lovely. Thank you so much. Pleased to meet you. I am Captain Wanaba. Who might you be?"
Captain Wanaba, it's a pleasure to meet you. It was way more lovely listening to you on stage. I'm Captain Zoral. I hear that you have a job. You are going somewhere.
Ambershine.
That you needed a crew. Yeah, and you needed a crew.
So you're a captain of what vessel?
Listen, long story short,
Amos
I'm
5.
getting to the vessel part.
Oh, you're a captain to be. You're captain in waiting.
My captain to be.
Oh, that is
Yeah, but one could say.
that's great. And your friends here. He turns to Rekka and like looks back at Wanafi, kind of like gives a impressed look at Rekka.
Kalyug. That's Kalyug, she's my first mate. That's Rekha, he's the muscle. That's Seraphine, he's the brains.
Oh, amazing. Give me one moment. And he goes to Wanafi and like kind of like bows down in front of her and says, "Should we join them at their table? Maybe we can talk about this adventure." And she just politely like nods at him, takes his hand, gestures to you all to go back to the table where you might have some privacy away from the drunken man. And yeah, you guys all can basically sit at the table and start talking. So
On my way back to the table,
yeah.
I would just like to turn to Kalyug and say, yeah, don't expect that from me. I'm not that.
Oh, but
And I will walk.
But you are a real captain, right? You are a real captain, right? Right, right,
Yeah.
Zoral. And then I follow him back.
Great. So he sits down, kind of like, gets a little towel out, dabs off some sweat off his bald head. You see, like, he's kind of like a little nervously looking around as well, just making sure nobody's talking. He says, "Yes, so my ship, the Dreamer, is ready for the steaming sea, for Ambershine Isle, for everything that we have dreamed about." And turns to Wanafi and kind of like holds her arm and like in a very loving gesture, like they're both like looking towards nothingness beyond you guys. Says, "But it's been a long time waiting, and if I have to leave without a crew today, I will. But if you are interested, how much have you traveled? Maybe I should ask."
DM, before that,
Yeah.
would I wanna, if it's an insight check or whatever, is it like, are they a thing? Are those two like a couple? Or is it like he's pining for her affections and she's being a little aloof? Or what is the dynamic?
Give me an insight check.
Cool.
I'm so sorry about the dogs, guys. Like, all my dogs have just gone crazy today.
Ooh.
Can't hear it.
You can't?
Yeah,
I don't hear any of the dogs, but
Like, I can hear it and I'm like,
magical dogs are like trying to like focus into these two.
Oh god. I like
So,
all my
Zoril,
dogs are just here.
you're pretty sure it might be like you know how some spiders eat their mates.
Oh,
You're pretty
mantis.
sure Vanaba is like going to be sacrificing himself, and Vanafi is probably going to devour or eat him literally in some kind of violent way. But she's like, putting on that queen spider type of face. You're a little worried about Vanaba after that.
I'll turn to Kalyug and be like, "Hey Kalyug, this is good practice for you. Why didn't you lead the negotiations?" And I'm gonna go up to the other side of the table and like as far away from the table as possible from them.
And
Sure.
like Kalyug misunderstands this completely and walks up to Zoril and puts like the hands around Zoril's like, "Oh yes, Captain Zoril. Oh yes, we will accomplish a lot together." Okay, and it's like, am I doing this right, Captain? Am I doing it right?
Rekka is confused. Like, when did this become a thing?
Yeah, like Seraphim is just like completely like doubting what's going on, and he's like approaching Zorel thinking that he should be also doing the same thing.
We shall find the One Piece.
We have two of them on each arm now.
Come on, Seraphim. Come on,
He kind
Rekka.
of like looks at you, Rekka, and says, "So are you the brains of the operation?"
No, he's the one who hugs from behind.
I'm not sure either one of that is right.
Why don't you make
I'm
it
going to walk back towards the captain, being like, "Okay, fine. Yeah, so we've been traveling for a while. What is the job? As you can see, we have multiple skill sets.
right?
Some of
The
us can
job-
fight, some of us can do magic.
Mhm, mhm. Yes, you've displayed that already. Wanapi is talking to you now. Wanaba seems to be like just playing with his food that he's kind of just ordered and is chowing down while she's kind of taking charge of the conversation. She's saying it's not complicated. The main difficulty getting to Ambershine Isle is the sea itself, and we have the vessel now capable for it, right? And she turns and like nudges Wanaba a little bit. He says, yeah, of course, everything's fine. And she kind of says, and with the vessel done, it's just about surviving the trip, honestly. There are creatures, there are storms, there is the steam, constant and prevailing. It can be uncomfortable, it can be rocky, but it's not. It's nothing I feel that you can't handle. We just need a crew. We have, unfortunately, nobody here.
Insight check
Well,
on the
it seems
yeah, roll insight on when the guy said, "Yeah, we have everything ready."
Sure? Yeah, give me an insight.
6.
Okay.
God.
You are distracted by like the piece of food hanging off his mouth while he's talking, but he seems to be more just focused on his food. Doesn't seem to be out of any kind of lying situation.
Mm.
So she then turns to Zoril and says, "Please join us. We like to get to know the crew. We do have 2 passengers. They are sitting outside on the patio right now. However, they will not be able to, let's say, help much on the journey. They are paying passengers that just need to get there. So we are hoping for people that will be able to take on what comes by us. It's a 5-day journey of give or take.
hey, you come to the right crew. You come to the right
Right?
crew.
Yeah. Finally,
Then
something.
do you set off?
I just wanted to ask, since you asked us as well, how old is the dreamer exactly? How long has that Captain being a
That-
captain.
At that, Wanaba immediately stops eating. The dreamer is my lifeblood and everything that I have worked towards all my life. It's an old ship, but recently renovated, recently fitted to withstand the steaming sea, unlike any vessel has before.
So, Captain Wanaba, I have a bit of a doubt.
Yes.
If you are Captain Wanaba, why don't you have your own crew?
Oh no, we did have a crew, but that was about a month ago, and it's been in renovation, preparing for this journey for about that long. And nobody stuck around or believed me when I said I would have it ready in time for the festival. So either they took off on other ships and they finding their own fortune, whatever it may be. I hold no grudges against former crew, but yes, we had to make sure that the ship was ready for this voyage.
And I mean, you, of course, even if you're not making the voyage, you're quite a fantastic performer. We see, the way that you were on stage.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Yes,
So,
I am.
just talking about payment, how much would you be paying us for, going along with you? Because
Right.
we're actually really here for a record, but we would love to, and not to say that we would not prioritize your work, obviously, but yeah, we just want to know what we get out of this, leaving our ship behind. So.
Of course, of course. He turns to Wanafi immediately. Like, and she's kind of like subtly giving him cues as to like a nod or a shake of her head, not really breaking her confidence or her persona as such. He turns. He said, "We had enough to pay a 10-man crew at the beginning of this, so we can pay 500 gold each to both of you."
Okay. So Captain Zorro, is that okay? Do we need anything more? Seraphine, maybe you?
However,
Is that a...
I do want to ask, what are your plans in Ambershine Isle? Because, well, some of you, and don't mind me asking, Kalyug, is it? Did I hear that?
Yes, that's my
You
name.
seem like a performer of sorts yourself. I can see that spark of inspiration in you. You know what I mean?
Yes, Captain Zoral actually is my PR agent, my pirated relations agent. So,
Like my first mate, it's quite a mirror situation here, and I like that. Well, you of course heard of the Festival of Ambitions.
yes, exactly. That our ambition is to go to the Festival of Ambitions,
Oh, but there's
and
so much more when you get there. Here's my proposition: 500 gold to each of you, regardless. But stick around with us once we get there, and maybe we can work on some kind of an act together. That illusory magic can really make things pop, you know. And Wanafi and I have an act of our own, of course, but we could use embellishments. We could use feats of strength. It's open to everything. What do you say?
fantastic. Aren't you both a little worried that people might hear your names and think that you're siblings, and then see how close you
Oh no,
are?
these are our stage names, Wanaba and Wanafi.
Oh, I get it. I get it. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
I
I was a little worried about that. I was like
yeah.
Goliath. How did that work? But
You
yeah,
see,
it
that's
makes sense.
part of the allure. People think it's a sibling act. They come and they see a different thing than they were expecting, and it throws people off. And then the amusement I've found is twofold, if not more.
hold because it's you and Vinaki.
Indeed.
I
And
get it.
there's
I
a
get
lot of
it.
holding that can happen. She throws me around quite a bit during my singing act. It's quite fun to watch. Yes.
It's a pay to watch. So I only fans. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it.
God.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
getting a
this is
very the Adams family couple who are that
Right.
kind of dude. What's the name? My God, someone help us in the stream. But
Morticia and this
there you
one,
go.
if I'm not wrong.
Gomez.
Yes.
Gomez.
Gomez and Morticia.
Gomez, yes.
Yeah, there's a very Gomez Morticia energy to them. But yeah, like they seem they seem very entwined with each other. But he says, perhaps you'd like to show off some of your skills in more detail. Perhaps we can go outside. I believe.
You know what? We have signed up for a fight and eat. Something of that sort.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Eat it if
could
you
be
beat.
a trailer to what we could do.
indeed,
Yes.
it's good. This was the right place for this meeting. I can tell. All right, let's go outside. Um, anyway, right now it seems like Giannis is about to take stage, and you kind of notice the drunk is completely smashed and fallen off the stage. Rockwell the gnome comes and drags him off and like puts him on a table with his head down on it. He's completely gone. And it's not very late at all in the evening, so you assume that he's been here a long time. While this tinier figure, kind of not like a gnome or halfling size, but kind of looks like has elvish features, but seems like a younger elf of sorts, much younger. Um, goes and starts sitting down on the grand harmonium and starts like nervously, like almost praying in front of it. Sits like cross-legged on the stool in front of it, and yeah, he's about to start their performance, and Vanaba seems to be like, you don't need to hear that. It's boring.
Yeah, even I can play that thing.
I join the young child and I'm just kind of like, it's okay, don't worry, and I kind of give him bardic inspiration.
Oh, so you go up to them and you say it out loud to them?
Yeah, and I'm just like, come on, kid, you look like you can play amazing music, and I pat him on the shoulder, and you see this little diamond float up in the air above him, and I take out my lute, and I'm just like, let me help you out, and I start playing a simple note for him.
You immediately see this figure that was wearing like a hood and was crouched down and almost praying is startled when you come to, and then it's startled again when you have this moat floating above their head. Is even more startled when you start playing the flute. It's just looking at you wide-eyed. You see, like you can't tell if they're male or female. Kind of a non-binary type of appearance at least, and is very hooded and like keeping very to themselves, um, just staring at you and going, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop, please
Okay,
stop.
it's okay, it's okay. People, I know people who pray to me too, so maybe you can get confidence from that. Pray and let's do this together.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please stop. Please.
Okay, okay. And I
Hello?
stop.
Hello?
Like gives like a very forced smile at you. Zoril is pointing at you and like, you think
Okay,
you can
okay.
get out of there?
I'm just walking back and it's like, I thought I could help.
She turns around, they turn around immediately, sits back, takes like a very deep breath, and just before you kind of start making your way out onto the patio, you hear this loud startle of a sound that begins cascading into a running harmonium line, almost like um, nothing you've heard before. It's prodigious in the way that she's playing. There are these foot pedals on the bottom that make the harmonium go faster and make it louder, and the entire room starts reverberating with this harmonium, and they're playing constant lines up and down, extremely melodic, extremely soulful. And when Abba just goes like, no, let's go, let's leave. Thank you, and leads you out. That you can follow.
I guess we'll follow.
All right.
Yep.
The door I think is open, so you can make your way outdoors.
Hold on. I love the fog of war thing in this.
Yeah. Okay, not
Yeah.
moving too far ahead.
So as you come out to the patio, you notice that it's fairly empty. There's a couple of figures. Actually, there's only one figure that you actually see. Because some of it goes into darkness, but Hutoxi also follows you out onto the patio. Just give me 1 sec. You do see a figure standing right here.
Also, is it raining?
It is drizzling a bit, yeah. It has been since you got here.
Okay, and is this center part like covered from rain?
Not exactly. This seems like there's like a dome type of structure. It seems like metallic and has like a lot of joints on the corners that seem like they move. You see that Hutoxi and Hormaz both follow you out as well. Why don't we have?
I'm gonna run under the umbrella here. It is
Okay.
my fur.
Yeah, fair enough. So Hutoxi and Hormaz join you outside. So yes, Hutoxi suddenly goes off, cutting off Hormaz as he was about to basically ask what your meal situation is like, and starts saying, come, please, welcome. There is so much to do out here. Don't mind the drizzle; it should be gone anytime, right? And we have our infinity pool to the far end, as you can see. There's a tandoor and a stove and all kinds of meats cooking in this corner. There's also our very famous statue sitting area outdoors, away from here, actually, if you wanted some privacy. However, Hormaz, you're going to be giving them the eat 'em if you beat 'em challenge, right? And Hormaz goes, yes. So what are you feeling like? He goes up to Rekka at this point, I guess, and starts talking to you. We got crayfish, giant, obviously, octopus, giant, or rocktopus, giant, seahorse, or like a reef shark. What are you feeling like?
Well, I've never had a seahorse
I
before.
also jump in.
Yes?
Can I also jump into this thing?
I
You
don't
could
think
fight
this is a group
something, yeah?
activity.
I would say one creature per page.
Sure, I could fight. I've never had shark. I've heard that shark fin is really good.
Right? We can do that. We can totally do that. Alright? What are you having, big guy?
I'll have a seahorse. I've
Alright.
had many horses of the land. This seems new.
You can see Kalyug standing by themselves and crying. Okay, and it's just like it never gets easier to see this. Okay, just like standing, just sobbing, and you can see like them talk to their staff. It's just like this thing that's shaped like a king cobra, and just like I know, but they have to survive too. They're eating it to survive, and then like they're just standing by themselves and crying some more.
So,
Oh no, this is fun. We're eating it for fun. Like you beat it, and then you eat it.
The poor things were dragged out from the
Go.
sea. What did
Let's
they
not be
deserve?
so mean,
Doxy
Zoran.
comes to you, seeing you cry, says, "Child, don't worry. This is my brother can basically do this many times. It's a summoned creature. You understand? It's here for a purpose, and the purpose is to have our establishment flourish."
So how do you eat a summoned creature?
You
Oh.
can't.
It's easy. We figured it out a little while ago.
To the power of imagination.
No. However, you might want to stand away from the fighting pit, because that's right there in front of you. If you don't
Oh,
want
shit.
to watch it.
Oh shit! And like you see them like take a step back and like oh shit, and like run away.
Kind of leads you to where Rekka is sheltering from the rain, and
Okay.
says, "Maybe here is a good place to sit. We can get you some food, some greens. The Golgappa platter is almost ready. We'll bring that out here.
Yay.
All right? Okay. Everyone okay? No more crying? Great."
Yeah.
And Toxie goes back inside. So yeah.
So, Seraphine, do you also want to compete?
No,
I don't really like the idea of this.
no, but I will cheer Captain on, and you can just see Seraphine go up to Zorel and like put his feather again, like over him, like how he did before.
Oh
All-
yes, that's a good idea. I also go and hug Captain, like Captain Zorel, you're the best, and then I go and like hug Rekka too, like I can't reach the other end. Rekka. You're the best.
Thank you, little one.
All the best,
I
Captain.
think as a fun, but you can just hug like her all the way around with one arm.
Hormaz comes up and says, "So you guys are both doing this. Do you want to fight it in the pit, or would you rather go in the water?"
I mean, I'm standing
Like the
under the
same,
shade because of the rain.
Yeah.
Well,
What makes you think I'd like to go in the water?
Well, the pit is going to be uncovered, so it might be raining when you're fighting it. Unfortunately.
Ah, okay.
That's better than going in the water. Why don't you just do that?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we can dry you off. No worries.
Can I assist Rekka by making like a weird umbrella over him using shape water?
Oh,
That's interesting.
that
Nice.
That's cool.
you can totally do that. It's like an upside down, one of those inside out umbrellas. that
Yeah,
like kind
so
of like that. Yeah.
so it's just kind of
Like
like
a little- yeah, like a
pose.
fountain head coming out of Rekka that's holding water in.
Whoa.
Come on, Rekka, you can do it. Fight
All right.
for your right to eat.
I take my greatsword out, and as I take it out, it goes upwards and just punctures the umbrella, and I go all wet.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Your sword just
Ah.
goes through it.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Don't worry, Rekka. I've got you covered. I know you do things like this. Stupid things like this. But yes, go ahead.
Glad to know someone's got my back.
I've got just think of me as both the beauty and the brains. Okay?
I don't really think of you at all, but okay.
Aww, Rekka. And you see her like tell you cry again like Rekka doesn't like me.
Can you
Okay, I
focus?
walk
I need you to
towards-
cheer for us.
And as he's walking towards, I'll touch him and cast reduce on him.
Huh? On me?
On Rekka, yeah.
Well, I guess you'd have to roll.
I think
again.
it's a save.
It's a saving
Yeah.
throw, yeah.
I'm guessing you don't want that.
Yeah. But how do I just roll the random dice?
No, so I believe
Or you'll have to cast
I'll have
it.
to target. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
as we cast from your sheet,
Wait.
Um,
Where is Rekka? Okay.
options
And
come up. So Prakrit, if you're here, maybe you can help us with this friendly fire.
Help us with
Yeah,
friendly fire.
she's already targeted me actually. Just cast. I can see the target.
Oh, yeah.
okay. For some reason, it says I have no second level spell slot.
Whoops.
Oh.
Reset your sheet, just click on a long rest.
Give you a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second.
Alright. And while that's happening, Hormaz goes up to the pit and basically turns this lever that starts unveiling the pit. Whoa, Constitution saving throw 24.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start noticing everything getting like away from you for a second until you like suddenly snap out of it.
I'm sorry.
What
Rekka.
was that?
I'm sorry. I thought the seahorse needs a fair fight. And
You
Kayug is
better watch it.
and Kayug has been crying, so I thought I'll help her. You shouldn't harm the seahorse.
Yeah, well, what are we gonna eat then?
I go and give Seraphine a big hug, like, "Oh, you're a bird. That's good."
I'm a bird. That's good. I'm a bat. That's good. And I just like keep repeating that now.
Oh my god.
Alright, so you have a chant going for this battle. Hormaz basically opens up the pit.
Oh my god.
I swear.
Yeah, and he also like brings out this little notebook, very thick but very small notebook from one of his pockets, rather like a compartment in his wheelchair that he opens and just brings out and starts like gathering a few things, starts making like these arcane sigils. He says, "Which one do you want first? Who's going first?"
I'll go first. Bring me the seahorse.
Alright, giant seahorse coming up. And he basically summons inside the pit, which you can climb into, a giant seahorse.
Oh. And you can hear Seraphim saying behind. I thought the seahorse was normal size. I did not know it was giant also.
While he's casting, he says, "You wanna fight the shark at the same time?"
Hey, Rekka, you up for a party of two?
Yeah, why not? I mean, there's no water in here. How is the shark and the horsey gonna?
We can fill it up.
I mean, the whole point.
That, and I can like
Or
direct
we
the
don't have
water.
to. But you should
I mean,
decide
I-
quickly as he's like casting this spell.
I don't want it to be too easy.
Two at a time. And I jump in the pit along with him.
Yeah, okay, cool. So the reef shark and giant seahorse flail about as they are summoned. The reef is smaller somehow. Is that right?
Wait.
It's a reef shark, not a giant.
I guess not.
Reef sharks are kind of giant anyway.
Like it should be large, is it? Maybe it's just a setting of the token, that's it. But yeah, I would say that kind of would start off initiative. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I'll walk over to
Nice.
Hormaz and be like, "Can I assist?"
Why is there a plus 0.13 in my initiative?
So there's no basically clash with anyone else's initiative. I
Oh, it's
think
a
based
random decimal.
on the score.
Okay.
Like if your dexterity is much higher, it'll be like a plus point something. Yeah, like Zoril is plus 1/6. Alright. Prakrit, let me know if I'm doing this right. Sorry guys, this is my first time running Foundry as well. So Prakrit might have to help me out with this setup. But I can see everyone has rolled and Zoril is up first. So these flailing things, creatures of the deep, oh now the reef shark is the correct size as well, flop out of out of nowhere, like a crack of light appears and these things pop out and fall into the pit. As Rekha and Zoril, both of you jump into this 10-foot deep pit. And yeah, Zoril, what would you like to do?
Bonus action, Samurai Spirit.
What spirit? Fighting spirit?
Samurai Fighting Spirit, yeah.
Fighting spirit, yeah. Cool.
So give me advantage on all my attacks until the end of this turn. And you see Zoril just like throw up like 4 daggers into the air, and as they come down, catch and like 2 attacks on the first attack on the reef shark. Let me just go for
You're
that.
doing all attacks on the reef shark. The seahorse is
Yeah,
mine.
that's my prey, buddy. That's mine.
Motherfucker.
I'll
When it's the reef shark. Oh, I should have specified. Okay,
Yeah.
from my next attack. From my next attack, all of them will be sharpshooter. From my next one.
Alright, so the first one is non-sharpshooter.
Yeah.
It hits the reef shark, so your damage roll is
4.
4 piercing damage. Yeah.
First attack. Second
Great
attack.
for Foundry. Yeah. It's already done. Yeah, go for it. Oh,
That's a
misses the
miss.
reef shark.
Yeah, action
Unfortunate.
surge. 2 more.
Action surge, yeah. Yeah, go for it. That'll hit.
Oh, that hits.
Oh, that's a good roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
Better
That's a
damage
16.
as well.
That's 16 points of damage.
16 or
16.
6.
Oh yeah, because of sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
Did
Yeah.
the sharpshooter thing also show up in the?
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
not sure if we've kind of done that, but yeah, if we're doing it manually,
Doesn't.
the 19 should hit the reef shark. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. 19 should hit. Yeah.
19 should hit. Yeah. Yeah. So 16 points of damage, right?
16
Bracket, did
points of
that
damage?
also reflect?
Yep.
Oh, natural 20 on
Oh,
that last hit.
nice.
Sweet. So I'm not sure how this is rolling damage. 1d4 plus 3 plus 4.
No,
How-
that is calculating the nat 20. It's a critical hit. So damage of 11 is including the criticals plus 10, 21.
Okay. Damn.
Jesus.
That's my turn.
It's set to Raf, just pointing out.
Set 2?
Raf, rules this one, not Rob.
Okay, sure. No worries. Yeah, amazing. So you, with 4 daggers out of nowhere, one of them somehow hits like one of the fins and goes clattering, but the other 3, one at a time, bring this reef shark down to almost nothing. Almost like a mercy kill at this point, but it's still hanging on. It's in the pit and it kind of looks at you. Hormaz goes, "Whoa, that all right? You want another?" And
Bring it on.
Really? Are you sure? So I'll say at the top of the next round, he could basically summon another if you're willing to eat that much.
Oh wait, we can't. Never mind. Nah, it's okay. I'm a small person. I can't eat more than half of that.
That's true, my friend, but good on you. And you notice that on the table, Wanaba and Wanafi are like kind of looking at each other, going like, what just happened? Within like 15 seconds, 2 creatures are summoned and one of them almost killed. So, yeah, next up. Go for it, right? Oh,
Seahorse.
Giant Seahorse next. Okay, Giant Seahorse will probably try to ram. However, it needs some place to charge, I believe. If it moves at least 20 feet, can it move 20? Nope. So it can't charge. It will just try to ram. So I'm just gonna click it and see what happens.
Who's it trying to ram?
It knows that it's here for Rekka.
Oh,
It's been trying to this purpose today is for Rekka, so it will go for Prakrit, tell me if I'm doing that right. Targeting and ram. Not sure if that's okay. I should have learned how to do combat on Foundry too.
Give me a second. This should. You're targeting with the reef shark instead of the giant seahorse. That's the. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. Taken care of.
What are these dots on my character?
I think that's targeting.
Okay.
That you are being
Why are 3
targeted.
people targeting me?
PM,
Yeah.
That's a
PM?
miss.
I'm so sorry. The reef shark should have taken 6 more points of damage.
6 more
I forgot.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's from
That's from the fighting style, thrown weapon fighting, which doesn't get factored in to the rolls.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
Did we not set that up on the sheet? Okay.
No, that's fine. That's it.
I mean, it would probably kill it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's at 1. Somehow you rolled it
Damn it.
exactly enough to leave it with 1. So, yeah, if that does count, just correct us if we're wrong, Prakrit. The fighting spirit thing, the fighting style.
It's accurate. It's accurate. It's accurate. It hasn't
will
been
be
counted.
Great. So, you
I'll
know,
edit my macros specifically for that. As this happens.
so the reef shark would be dead. Did the giant seahorse hit? Nope. It
Nope.
misses it. Great. Yeah, your meal is looking ready, Raka.
Okay, then I'm gonna take my great sword out. I mean, it's already out actually. And I'm gonna hold it with 2 hands and do a swinging. I'll spin around twice and do 2 attacks.
Nice.
How do I cast this?
Nice.
21.
Hits. Roll for damage.
18 points of damage.
Great. Yeah.
And another one. 16 hits.
Yeah. This might
That's
be
16
a
points of damage.
one shot knockout. No problem.
Yeah.
As well. And Hormaz is just standing there having just cast his spell. Going like, great. Do you want more or that looks like a lot of meat?
Would be
Yeah,
enough.
for now.
Pick up the seahorse, jump out with it.
I will pick up my daggers because I only have 20.
Only? That's all?
You have
Just have
20 daggers?
There's like no more that I can like wrap around my goblin body.
Yeah. With
You're
no
basically a
problem.
walking ghungru at this point.
Yeah, but probably to Kalyug's pleasure, it's like mercy kill. It lands, they chop, it's done, it's starting to be taken away, the pit is closed up, and your meal is starting to be ready. As
wonder if this-
Wanaba definitely gets up and like gives you all a. That was I have to say
To a
that.
bow.
That was impressive. Friends, that did not see that coming. I think you would do quite. Oh wow, there's blood on the. Alright, Docs.
Oh,
you
blood
should
trails.
probably
So
get-
good.
Yeah, so no problem. You sit down and you can talk to Vanaba and Vanapi at length, knowing that they understand your capabilities at the very least, and any questions you have for them. In the meantime, though, you do see that Hormaz, after doing that whole thing with the with the pit, Butoxi kind of approaches him and is looking a little panicked, but is like whispering to him. Um, and then he looks at Wanaba across the patio and then says another thing to Hormaz and just goes like, and then just goes back storming inside. Hormaz starts making his way to your table. But anything you guys want to discuss, I would say you are at the table with the two of them.
I look at Zorel and I say, "See, you needed 4 of those tiny puny blades. You could have just used one big one like this."
You do realize that I cannot pick that up even if I wanted to, right?
Oh, yes, you can. And I hand it to him. It's not that heavy.
I will try to grab it.
I leave it immediately the moment he grabs it.
Well, where are you putting it? Above the table or like on the floor?
Let's say while walking towards the table, this happens.
Sure. Yeah, immediately you go straight towards the ground with the handle. You pick yourself up quickly, knowing that it will probably happen.
That
Watch it.
Pull
I
my
just
back.
sharpened this blade. Pick it up.
That
put it-
almost pulled my back. You amazing person, you. Let's go back.
I'll help him up. Now we go.
Yeah. So yeah, any other questions for Vanaba or Vanapi regarding the journey? You can ask them. In the meantime, your meal is being prepared. You would notice that like a small raft of sorts, small boat to the far northern end of the patio rolls up, I say, sails up and stops at the stairs, and a very strange looking figure starts walking out of it. This is like a 5 foot tall but extremely wide figure. Long beard, long braided hair. There's a lot going on in terms of things hanging from him and hanging from his body. There seem to be seaweed and barnacles that are like all over him, going through his beard and his attire, which is almost not recognizable because there's so much other stuff on top of it, dripping wet, and starts basically climbing up the stairs and making his way towards the patio.
Like,
That's all
do
you-
we just see that, and like, is he approaching us, or is he just like just entering
Not yet.
the? Okay.
No, there's a new person that you see. Not that much activity happening here. You do notice there's another person over here in the infinity pool actually. Kind of leisurely lying down in the very far end of the infinity pool, enjoying themselves even in the rain, and they seem to be wearing spectacles, very gaunt-ish face, but somewhat elvish maybe.
Okay.
There's
Is
another figure kind of standing here. Bluish skin, kind of looks a little bit like Kalyug, but lighter and almost translucent, which I imagine Kalyug is as well a little bit. But just standing there with like a bunch of things in his hand, looking extremely bored and like just giving like this stare of boredom.
Okay.
But that's everybody on the patio, right?
I go and talk to this kid, and I'm just like, "Hey, kid, you know, we look kind of similar.
What? What?
Like, don't you see it? Like, I look like just a bigger version of you."
Bigger. He like stands up and is like maybe a couple of inches under yours, but you notice that it's probably also teenage years or maybe early 20s. He says we're nothing alike.
And like, I bet we had like a face off to see who can hold their breath underwater longer, I'd win.
Well, I'm on a job right now, so I can't just frolic about.
Are you sure? And I cast friends.
Okay,
So,
what is do it. I think I'll just have to roll.
Friends
See what
is
Target.
no, it's just basically all my charisma checks towards him.
Oh yeah. So then I don't
Uh,
think we need to. Yeah. So all your give me a persuasion check with advantage.
okay. Uh, okay, let's see.
Also, Zoral, you're still targeting me. It's kind of. It's like.
Foreboding.
It's like a little. Like my eyes are a little itchy.
So that's a 17.
All right, 17. I'm just gonna roll an actual die here and see what happens. I'll show you what I got if it's visible.
No.
80.
Yeah. He kind of looks you up and down, very judgmentally. Maybe later. I I don't know what you want from me.
Want to have a swim, like that dude over there. Can you see him? And I'm just like pointing, like, seems a little weird. And I thought maybe you'd have some idea on what's happening here. My companions are just going things and
Yeah, I saw your friends doing that. True,
yeah,
true.
I didn't really like it either.
Again, I would say, I mean, what the hell is wrong?
I mean, some people like to fight
don't judge
for.
the artist by his art.
You
You
I
kind of
guess.
don't know this.
yeah,
He's
it's
very much mumbling like a teenager would about everybody around him, making sure only Kalyug hears it. But looks up at you and your loud group regardless and says, are you the ones on the team or are you
Hey,
going to Ambershine?
are you going to Ambershine as well?
Yeah, I kind of have to. And he kind of looks at the person in the infinity pool enjoying themselves. Kind of
Oh,
say,
or do you owe him a debt
why?
of some sort? I'm kind of like that, with my captain. I kind of owe him one.
No, no, that's not what this is. I getting paid, yes, but I have my reasons. You ask a lot of questions.
To do that,
If you're
you
gonna
know.
join on the ship, then just like give me my space. We'll have to be in the same place for the next 5 days.
Oh, it
Jeez.
takes 5 days? Okay, okay. And like, colleague just like looking at Zoral and like, it takes 5 days.
Yeah, host already told us that.
Oh, he did? Oh, I made a mistake. Oh no, oh no.
You should
I
listen more.
Yeah, I feel like I might, and like you can see Khalid stick a finger into the ear and pull it, and there's like a fountain of water that comes out. Like, oh yeah, it gets a little tough, to hear sometimes with all that. And then like I use minor illusion to make fish also pop out. Like, yeah, like oh yeah, that's the spot that is. Ah yeah,
That's
hate
pretty
it.
cool. Okay, you're cool. You're fine. Don't talk to me. And he like turns around, sits back on the on like this lawn chair that's facing his employer.
So I'm gonna look at the other guys and be like, so all of you eat. I'm gonna like go take a swim because I miss, being in the water. And I go into the infinity pool. Party
Okay.
members, what are you guys doing?
I'm actually
Talking
going
to
to.
Seraphin.
Yeah.
These stupid teenagers. They're the worst. I have never been a teenager before.
How does that work?
Who setting this
How
to?
does that work?
Don't ask questions, just believe me.
When Abba goes, yeah, I was once, only once.
That's how it works. You become once, you grow
Yeah,
up.
it's not
you
worth
leave.
being that more than once.
Exactly. He's a smart one.
You know what? I guess I am.
Yes. don't shorten your credit. It's a good observation. Teenagers do suck, but that one's a paying traveler with us. In fact, so is the one in the pool. So, Kalyug, if just don't. He's a little. You'll see, but stay away.
Okay, I jump in the water and slowly, like a fish, since I can breathe underwater, I make
Yeah.
the whole length of the pool without resurfacing, only to reach the end of it, right where this dude is, and to lift my face just a little higher than the water and go like, "Hi, I heard you're traveling with us."
Damn.
He firstly, the guy that you were just talking to, the teenager, watches you go, is about to tell you something, but then you're already gone. You go into the water, you come out. This guy was like sitting with like a pamphlet in front of him and like another little thing with his spectacles there. He's like, ah! And like drops his spectacles behind into like the see the shore behind. It's like,
Use shape water to bring the spectacle back here.
Oh, nice.
Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just having a swim.
you were a swim?
I swam from there till here. You didn't see me, but that's what I was doing.
Swimming pool. Is it? Is
It's
it?
called an infinity pool.
Tops, can you? All right. Move.
You sound like one of my old friends. He was a cow too. Moo. Get it? Get it?
It's, good. Nice to meet you. And he starts like walking slowly, waddling through the water, kind of making his way away from you and towards the stairs. Um, Give me a perception check, Kalvi.
Hmm. So, that is a 20.
Nice. You notice that he kind of doesn't look at you for too long after having been frightened because he now sees that figure that just walked onto the patio come and sit at a table that's pretty close by to the infinity pool. And when he notices that figure, he immediately like has this look of and then starts making his way towards that figure.
Okay. I look at the rest of my party and I'm just kind of like, I walk back to them and I'm soaking wet, but I basically do like a flip like this and I take off all the water from my body and just like becomes a puddle on the side. And then I walk forward and I look at the rest and I'm like, so, do we do anything here? Do we head out? Do we like fight some more?
I'm still waiting for the first horse I killed. I
Oh yeah,
slayed.
my pani puri too. I forgot.
Yeah, about this time, if you head back to the table, the pani puri platter is there. The seahorse and the reef shark have been prepared. Um, the smell is amazing. It's coming off like a tandoor right there on the patio. Your server, in fact, who is a, a much tinier goblin than your fighter friend Zoril, uh, carrying like a platter and a tray above another platter and a tray, and like just making his way in with a little bit of rain. At this point, like the rain has somewhat lessened to a stop. Um, so he's not that worried anymore about covering it, but like brings it up to your tables and like basically lays it out in front of you.
Server, make sure not to crash.
What?
Never mind.
Do you need cutlery?
I have my cutlery here. And I dig in with my hands and just like start
Okay.
eating.
I
Gives
take one of my million daggers and like put into my mouth.
So Selfie at the table. Join.
I'll get you some cutlery, don't worry. And he goes back, climbs onto the far end where his tandoor is and picks up some other things. Yeah, you guys start eating a delicious meal. Anyone trying to do anything else during the while the meal is being had?
No,
Mm,
we can cut to.
Sure.
Yeah, no,
So
Yeah.
I wanna.
Vanava and Vanafi are basically very curious about where you come from, where you're going. They start talking about their act and how they have a million other things planned. At about that time, from the patio, you actually notice there is some sound that is not coming from inside for sure, um, but is from the walkway that you came in through, the one that leads to land. There's like a like a long ass nahi that goes on for like a good 8 to 10 seconds, and like there's banging on the door, and you kind of can notice through some of the windows that Topsy has gone up to the front door and like opened it for this what looks like a grandmother wearing like a sari but like has a greenish tinge to her face. You don't notice too much, but Hutoxi kind of like brings her into the establishment. Um, at about the same time, you do notice that the two brothers are now both like looking a little nervous, I would say. Hutoxi as well as Hormaz, and you haven't seen Hormaz look frazzled yet as such. He's outside with you, kind of like serving up the meats, while he's like looking out towards this noise.
Is
that just
everything okay? Is she alright? Does she need some help?
Um, she'll be fine. Sometimes it's a delusion. Sometimes um, it's about her son. A lot of times, she's not. She'll be fine. Don't worry.
Are you sure? I actually like, I look at hesitantly at Zora like, so could I go and ask her what's up with her?
Well,
Suit yourself.
Hormaz kind of looks and says, "Oh, okay, she seems to be making her way here anyway." And you see Hutoxi as well as this new person kind of make their way out onto the patio. Give me a sec. I think Prakrit is moving things while I'm also.
Yeah, they're here.
Anyway, so yeah, so Roxy kind of like is following this orcish looking grandmother basically, as she's like crying and she's like going and like touching the wall and be like, my son, took him away, and like goes to the pit. Is this his blood? What have you done? And then suddenly turns to Wanaba and Wanafi and looks straight at Wanaba. Kill my son. He's a murderer. And suddenly Wanaba is pale faced, which is hard for him to do.
Okay. What sort of insight are we getting from this? Can I roll for it?
Inside check if you want.
Okay. One sec.
It's a crying old lady crying for real. Roll inside.
Oh,
Are you
nat
doing-
20.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah. So, Kalyug, you did a insight check on the grandmother or on
Yeah.
Wanaba?
Basically on the situation, like I'm looking at both of them and I'm trying to gauge whether she's lying and actually worried about.
Right. You can tell that Wanaba is definitely shaken. You can tell that he is immediately nervous and is trying to hide his face from this orcish grandmother. You get the sense from her that she wants to make a scene, like needs to publicly shame this person for what they have done.
Okay.
However, since it's a natural 20, she is hiding something about the situation as much as she's said it out loud at least. She isn't revealing everything yet. So, at that moment, Wanaba looks at Wanafi and says, I swear it's nothing good that she's wrong. And she kind of just comes up and like doesn't approach him anymore and starts moving around the pit. He's like, what did he do to deserve this, my son? Who will bring him back? And like starts moving around the pit and like just making her way slowly to every corner. Goes up to the table where the seaweed man and the one from the infinity pool that you came to basically goes to their table, goes up to them and like slams down on the table. It's like, why would this happen to me again? The gods took my eyesight and now they've taken my son. And like goes and like starts frolicking somewhere else, basically doing the same thing.
Go walk up to her and
Yeah.
place a hand on her shoulder. Like I'm gonna actually reach up because she's a lot taller than I am, even though she's
Right.
a lot older. So I'm going to be like, old lady, come back. Tell her these exact words. Stop crying. Come sit with us and truthfully tell us what happened. And I'm going to pass suggestion.
Ooh, okay. Go for it.
Nice.
Okay, so on her, I cannot click her.
You're not able to target
Yeah,
her?
it's coming. So that is
I don't see it pop into chat. Ah, there we go. The saving
There we
throw
go.
14. Normal public roll. Yeah, answer.
yes.
Oh,
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So suggestion lasts for 8 hours. Very cool. So, what was your? Tell me the exact phrase again.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Come sit with
Join
us.
us at the table. Yeah.
Join us at the table and share your truth with us.
Okay. She says, "Yes, you're right. Yes." And she holds your arm, kind of like uses your, even though you're shorter, kind of like uses you to get some support. By this time, Hutoxi also like comes out to like give her some support, and kind of like mouths to you, Kalyug, and like kind of like takes her to the table where you are. At this point, Vanaba is like he's standing in a corner. He does not look happy. He does not look comfortable. Vanafi is just looking between him and this grandma and confused, and just goes to Vanaba and like mouths at him. He's putting on a smile. Is all. The grandmother comes to the table, sits down with you, and like takes a few seconds to like gather her emotions and still dealing from it, and goes, "My little boy worked for him, went with him, trusted him, and what did he do? What did he do? Ask him. Ask him what he did.
What did you do?
Burned.
What did he do, Captain?
She doesn't even wait for 1 hour to answer. Burned him like a fire of sorrow. That is my life now."
Is he still like a tandoori right now?
You say this out loud?
I,
How can you say that?
I'm being serious.
I don't know where his body is. Tell them where the body is, and like basically starts going up to Vanaba and like pointing at him angrily now.
Vanaba, do you know something about this? Like did you actually kill the child?
No, I did not kill any child. I would never
Insight
do
check.
such a thing. As he's looking at Vanapi. Yeah, you can roll an insight check on that. And he's like, there's nothing of that sort I would ever be. Never. Please, grandmother, please. Let's not create a scene. Let's not point fingers. Okay. With a 20, you can tell Vanaba is not lying.
Okay.
He says, look, there was an accident. There was an accident, but he was caught in the middle of it. I dealt with it as much as I could. I tried to warn him, tried to save him, and grandmother just like is now, since you've cast the spell that forces her to calm down, she like just almost bursts out, but like sits back down on it and just looks at him straight ahead. Where's the body? And Vanaba goes, I buried it. Of course I buried it properly. I mean, respectfully. And she just says, and the eye. And he goes completely wide-eyed at this point as he turns to Anafi and all of you and says, run! As this orc grandmother now turns around and like flicks her wrist in some sort of motion, at which point a number of things happen.
Oh
Is
boy.
it still calm from suggestion?
He's very calm about this. He's extremely calm. And she told you the truth of what she's looking for. Um, as you watch a number of things happen, Prakrit, you might have to help me out with this. Yeah. As she flicks her wrist, first thing you notice is inside there's a lot of commotion that begins immediately. A lot of rattling, falling of glass, shattering. A couple of you might be able to see inside through a window or so. And you notice that uh, there is something hulking its way out of the patio door. As it bursts through, you notice that it is not a goblin, but an animated walking tandoor from inside the kitchen. The tandoor, and actually the thing outside is one of those, shawarma grills that has like a big piece of meat in it. That comes to life as it starts approaching. The table that the orc grandmother touched, that the two people are sitting on, comes to life as it grows legs, and a mouth opens, and the very hoity-toity elf like falls back in his chair, and the extremely grizzled swamp-like creature snarls at it. Uh, I would like all of you to roll initiative. Prakrit, if we can bring all the animated things out onto the patio.
Gotcha.
So there is a table. There are two stoves. There are two tables, two stoves, and yeah, what seemed like you hear a crash through a window, and two brooms come flying towards basically one hour.
There's no active combat, is what it's saying.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, we're just getting the.
Also, while this is happening, Zoro will just be like, "Shit, I shouldn't have overexerted myself." Yeah, I thought we were going on I thought this would be somewhere in the sea the next day, but yeah.
You did one shot kill your prey, so that does make
At
sense.
what cost? At what cost?
Yeah.
It's used up an action surge now. Fine.
Yeah. Also, my laptop is saying it will force restart in 15 minutes.
What?
What?
It will. There is no question.
You can cancel that.
It. Nope.
Alright.
There is a snooze button. I just can't seem to fucking activate it. One thing.
Great. Did I already roll?
I can see Rekka, Kalyug, and Seraphim.
No, Seraphim
hands already on the table. Yeah. On initiative.
Oh, right.
I will give you this,
Great.
one last
How
thing.
did it roll 0?
I didn't roll
Yeah,
this.
the animate rolled as zeros.
Hey, my good rolls are still going on, guys.
Rooms are pretty dexterous.
Yeah, they are, and they fly straight towards Wanaba. One of them goes straight in the hands of the orc grandmother as she turns to you, Kalyug, and the rest of your table. And you being a practitioner, yeah, you having cast suggestion, she is following his suggestion and not getting riled up. But the calm kind of sends her into
Clarity
a
of
state where
mind.
she drops this illusion from her visage, and like the orc tusks disappear, but the nose becomes elongated, and the chin becomes elongated.
No. Is she a hag?
Oh no!
Oh.
Stand between that.
It's a sea hag.
All
Well,
right.
boys, this is.
Alright, so the first animated broom is gonna try to attack, Wanaba, because she is going for that. Yeah, Wanapi immediately screams. Prakrit, can you help me attack with these?
Yeah.
What would you like the first broom to do?
I would like the first broom to attack one hour. Yeah, I see it's targeted. Broomstick attack. Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Clearly, the brooms aren't doing very well. One of them flies straight beside his head as he like ducks down and hits this statue kind of thing behind, made of like stone and like a design for looking like very majestic. One of its limbs is broken now because of the broomstick hitting it. The other is in the hands of
Both
of
attacks with the same broomsticks. The broomsticks are multi-attack.
great. So then 2 more attacks.
These are some really powerful broomsticks. Damn.
Yeah.
I swear.
They're whacking it from the air. Oh.
Both
One of them is much stronger.
One of them is clearly better than the other.
Yeah, one of them is a designer.
Nimbus to
Nimbus is the-
Yeah.
Nimbus 2022.
Oh, no.
Alright, god, how much damage is that to Anaba? Okay, yeah, so this first broom, as he ducks out, he doesn't see this other broom basically go straight to the hag's fist, and she uses its momentum to hit it as if she was doing it. And that will conclude their turns, right? We are now at Rekka, I believe.
Okay. So I was just trying to have my meal in peace.
Yeah, you're
But
about
you
like
can't even let me have that. And I rage.
nice. Great. What does your rage look like?
I'll tell you once
Because I
it
guess
lets me
it's
roll.
a wild magic thing, right? So,
Oh, I have no rolls remaining on rage. What?
oh, you need a short rest. Maybe. But wait, no. Did you rage?
I'll
for
just-
the thing?
I didn't. I'll
Just for the record, no one started this game with a long rest, so a bunch
Yeah,
of
we
us
started
were-
from our practice session.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
I started with a long rest.
Okay, that's my rage. When I rage, a wild search happens. Arey, okay. I'm gonna target the hag.
You roll something for your effect.
I search him.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, it's not supposed to roll a d8. I'll just roll it separately and take.
Yeah, just roll a d8 and we'll see what happens. Oops, I think I clicked.
It roll.
I don't see the d8 yet.
I mean, I'm clicking on the d8.
Take on damage.
But what kind of damage? The effect happens before the damage.
Yeah, so other formula and then damage.
Okay, let's see. That should go. Other formula didn't do anything.
Oh, I'm confused. What's
He's just like
you're not able to roll a d8? Just
Yeah. Oh, here it is. That's a d12 though.
Yeah.
Why isn't there a d8 coming out? Oh, here it is. That's an
Yeah.
8. So what happens is a bolt of lightning shoots from your chest. Another creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded until the start of your next turn. And the
Ooh.
save
What's the
DC
DC?
is
Who's your target?
13. My target is the hag.
Is the hag. Alright. Cool.
Yeah. I guess just roll a con save for her because I can't seem to trigger it from here.
Yeah, let me see. Alright. I know the modifier, I think, so I'm just gonna roll it. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
not sure how else to do it either. Sorry about that. What's your DC?
13.
She got a 12.
What did you need to roll?
Ooh.
Con save.
Con save. But I rolled
Okay.
already. She got a 12. She failed.
Oh, sorry.
She is
That's also a fail.
she also failed in digital. But
Okay, so
she's
as I
like-
rate, as I am feeling this anger, sparks of lightnings are like there's a lot of static electricity all over my fur, and I just roar, "Rah!" and a huge lightning strikes her, and
So
she takes
as
1d6.
this cloud that has just passed with rain is now like in your periphery at the back, like everyone can see it having gone past this island. It seems to still claw back with one bolt of lightning that surges through you and it comes through you and hits her. She takes 8 points of lightning damage, is that right?
5 points,
5 points of lightning damage.
right? And then 2 great sword attacks, reckless.
Go for it. Prakrit, will you be able to reduce that damage?
Yes.
5 points of damage.
Yeah, sure.
Great sword will hit.
16 points of damage for the first hit.
Nice.
And
Yeah, second one.
10 points of damage for the second hit.
Nice. Solid strike. She wasn't
That's my
expecting
turn.
it. Yeah. Sweet. That brings us to Zoril.
My turn.
Kill them with your
I'm
daggers.
gonna. Yeah. Zora's gonna leap onto the table, run, and then like knee slide off the table, land here. Oh wait, what I selected? Yeah. Land here and chuck 3 daggers at a hag.
Grandma.
Sharpshooter, all of them.
Cool. And being. Okay, yeah, you're not in melee range. So. Good sharpshooter, it wouldn't matter.
So modifiers are calculated in this. It's a 20 to hit.
I think that hits. Yeah. Go for it.
$18 points of damage.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a hero build. Everybody.
15 points of damage. That's gonna miss. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you see this grandmother forced to be calm while she's getting pummeled and slashed, still staring at Wanaba, going, "Where is it?"
I'm just gonna be like, guys, protect our employers. I need the money.
Great. Whose turn is it now? There's an animated table that's trying to make its way to you guys. I don't know if it can move as much as it would need to on this turn. 40 feet, not bad. So it can move 80 feet. Okay, it's going to. Well, Seraphin is closest to it. So it's gonna go up straight to Seraphin and attack. Okay.
Okay.
A ram attack, I believe. God, I really gotta play on Foundry mode.
An option between charge and ram, so whichever one you want. Right?
Yeah, would charge and ram. So the charge would affect on the damage roll, I'm guessing.
I should make a saving throw?
and
Yeah.
You would have to make a saving throw. So first, let's see if that happens. Oh boy, Mrs. As this, basically the table that was indoors that one Afi was sitting at prior has become animated and is chomping down and coming down the patio. Comes straight at you, but you duck out of the way through the little legs of the table, and it chomps down at like the boundary wall, which is made of stone, and completely shatters that side of the boundary wall. Yeah, I'm not sure if it gets another. You can hear commotion inside a lot
Yeah.
more. People are panicking, and there are things breaking as more animated things are still inside. Actually.
Oh.
Okay. That brings us to the second animated table, I believe.
No, it's my turn. I think it's Khalid's
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
So,
Just a
First
reminder, Seraphin, you'll have to do a saving throw or reach. Or you'll have to go prone.
If it didn't hit,
No,
It
no,
didn't.
the charge hit you, right? The ram is for damage, the charge is because it came charging at you.
Okay, hold on. What is the saving throw on that?
15.
No.
So you fail. So you are prone.
Prone,
You
okay.
don't take damage, but kind of getting under and away basically makes you, duck to the floor basically.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
You can just see the Skenku like totally cowering under the table as it goes over it.
Yeah. There's like a rug of feathers on the floor right now. Cool. Kalyug, what would you have to do?
yell at her and go, I thought you were nice. And I basically as if, kind of when you touch something dirty, I just go like, okay, and I throw my staff at her feet. And
Jivan's system restarted.
Oh.
No.
And it restarted, guys. Give me a minute to put my video on. We can restart
No
it.
worries, no worries.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I yell capture, and basically my staff turns into a huge.
One
king
second, please.
cobra.
Meanwhile, can someone from PanicNot switch on their camera and just cover it so that our layout is not messed up on the stream?
Okay.
It's okay, I switched off the video right now for us.
Con, would you mind? My webcam is disconnected.
No, it's okay. I switched off the Discord right now. You can't see us. When G's back, we'll put it back.
Okay, cool.
Okay, sure. So I've basically thrown the staff at her feet. On the snake's turn, I wanted to basically try and wrap itself around her. I don't know
Okay.
how to bring that up.
The
The
staff.
giant constrictor snake.
Oh, we can do that.
So basically, I want that thrown at her feet. And for my bonus action,
Prakrit, we have to import it, right? From plutonium.
Could you? Sorry, I missed that bit. I was
Giant constrictor snake for the
resummoning it.
staff of the python. Yeah.
Gotcha. Will
I
do.
also need a spirit totem. For my bonus action, I want to summon a bear totem to place within. Okay, how big is this? 30-foot radius. Okay, so centered around me possibly,
Okay.
and it's a bear spirit totem. So basically, each of my companions and the other two are soon to be companions will gain 5 temporary hit points Okay,
Nice.
5 plus your druid level. So 7 temporary hit points, and they will gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Nice. Yeah. So one Afi and one Aba would both get that, right?
Yeah, so 7 HP extra.
Cool. Cool. Got it.
That's your bear totem. Would you like the constrictor snake?
Basically, I wanted to wrap itself around the hag. So it'll have to take its role after mine, I guess.
Just as a reference point, that's the giant constrictor snake.
Oh no.
Oh,
Summon it on top of
my
the
God.
statue that comes
Yeah.
down and comes onto the hag. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yep.
that's a
So
giant.
just where's the brown bear? Where's the bear totem? Could you
I'd say it's around me.
around
pinpoint?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Maybe.
could you?
How do I do that? Is it like this?
Just
Yeah.
long press. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
Oh, that's a bear totem. Okay. I was like, what is that thing on the table?
Yeah, that's the bear totem.
Can you make it radiate an aura of 30 feet?
Yeah, I'm just doing that. Yes.
Definitely can be. Alright, but that's your. Are you taking any movement? Are you getting away from there?
Would I have it? Would any attack of opportunity be taken if I move back?
Well, one of the brooms that was in the hag's hand might lash out.
Okay. What is here? What is this?
That's the giant table that tried to crush Seraphim recently.
Okay, then I am going to try moving this 1, 2, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. And I'm going to leave the bear totem where it is right now.
Okay, cool. So the broom, this broom would get an opportunity attack. Um, man, how do I change from one NPC into another NPC and then target? Would be great to know. I can't keep track of it right now.
Oh.
Oh,
And where the
lovely.
pulses end is the range of the
Yeah.
bear. Yes.
Got it. So it's getting a lot.
Nice.
Could you please help roll an opportunity attack by the broom on Kalyug? This broom is trying to hit Kalyug as they walk away. Oof. They are not doing well. So it misses.
Indeed.
Yeah. Nimbus misses widely. Okay. That's your turn. We now go to the next person, Seraphim.
Okay.
I yell while I'm running away. So basically, I throw my staff at the hag, and I'm just like, hey, I thought you were nice, okay? I thought you wanted to look for your son, and I throw it. It transforms, and I'm like, toodaloos, guys! I don't want to die. So I just run and leave the bear totem for them.
Okay. The hag kind of looks behind at you and says, "It was." And so your giant constrictor snake can act on your turn, right? So I would say maybe they would be going next to try to constrict the hag.
Correct.
Who is also blinded actually, now that I remember.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
A nat 20 did the giant.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Amazing.
Hey, Jeevan is back. Can you switch on your cam?
For you, baby, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Okay. So I believe the damage should be showing up.
Wait, the giant constrictor snake is attacking Akama, right?
Oh no, it's trying to constrict, right?
Yes,
trying to
so
attack the
it
hand,
will be yeah.
Yeah, basically Okama has to make a save.
Orc.
Against the constrictors.
Yeah, so that's a DC 16. And I don't know, I think it still has bludgeoning damage, so that's 2d8 plus 4.
So Ankit, if you would please click on
the
saving
hack.
throw now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that was my mistake. For some reason, I'm targeting Kalyug as well. My bad. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't the snake hate you anyway? Maybe
Yeah.
it did. Maybe it did
I
constrict
don't
you
know,
both
I
together.
just don't like being... Sorry. Yeah, I just don't like being near it, you know, it creeps me out. Some devotees gave it to me, they said it would help. I'm trying to get it to die, but just before it dies, it always comes back to me. I don't understand why.
Oh.
She's not restrained.
Yeah, not
What the
restrained. So she
Oh, Naga, I bring you here for a reason.
She watches.
Hey, wait, it says the attack does land, but she's not constrained.
Yeah,
I
because
believe-
it's a face-off
Yeah.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it wasn't a roll to hit situation in that case, but
Constriction does damage, and then you have a roll to save to not be
oh,
constricted.
so if it did
Oh, like
do
that.
damage, then that really hurt her. Definitely.
Indeed.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah. So the constriction didn't happen with the constriction damage. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Yeah, she's looking hurt and blind and
Wasn't she already blind? What?
Yeah, she was like, oh yeah.
claiming to be, but she definitely wasn't.
Well, there's not a chance coming from
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can't even see inside right now. Not sure where that came from. Okay, back to the fray. Let's see.
Who's
Next
done?
is Raffin.
Okay, you see Seraphim.
Prone.
Yeah, I'm prone and I'm still carving under it, and then suddenly I'll turn to my right and summon an Eldritch Cannon.
Yes.
And I don't know how to put that on the.
We could put any. So, what kind of Eldritch Cannon?
It'll
is
be
it
a-
and what is the description of it? Maybe that'll help.
So it'll be within 5 feet of me. So I'm thinking somewhere here. And it is going to be sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's gonna. You're gonna see this metallic ship cannon just magically appear with like crow-like feet and like small wings, like Hermes boot wings, just at the back of it, and it'll just pop up there, and it'll get ready for like to fire. And as that's happening, I will turn. That's a bonus action, by the way.
Yeah.
And then Seraphim will lie on his back and take his musket out and take a shot at the table that's above him. I'm assuming it's above him.
Yeah, would be above him.
I'm
So-
going to target the table.
So do you ignore 5 feet melee range?
Yes, I do. I have something called Arcane Fire now. And a gunner feat. Yeah. So I don't have disadvantage, so I can.
You like the gun? Did you find that out?
Sorry?
Right
Yeah,
next
right,
to it.
right.
Next to it.
5 feet.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm gonna just lie in the back and be like, fire in the hole and take a shot at the table. Let's see. Where is my musket?
Certain death.
I love that the feature. Does it hit?
It definitely is.
Oh yes.
Damage.
Yep.
Yeah, go for
Rolling.
that. Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, it does that, and I'm just gonna lay down on the floor and just aim at the table still.
Cool. Yeah, it takes off like a good third of this table. Like breaking off parts of it. The maw is still like opening and closing with the jagged teeth within it, but doesn't seem to be doing that good as it thought it was. I would say, Prakrit, if I don't want to add every other NPC's initiative to this, but I'm gonna say at the end of this round, the rest of them.
All of them go running away? Okay.
No, they won't go running away. At least not all of them, but they'll all act at the end of this round.
Got it.
Okay, animated stove is gonna obviously move towards the action. It can only get 30 feet, I believe, so yeah, it's not gonna make it. In fact, it's gonna attack this.
It has a ranged attack.
It does have ranged attack. Oh, oh, very nice. Okay, so if it moves 30 feet, will it get anybody? I think it would. It just about would get the Hormaz guns. So it's gonna do that. Yeah. It's gonna move that.
But yeah,
far.
but yeah.
Hormaz then yeah, the top. Alright, so yeah, please help me roll saving throws. Alright, let's roll the dice. As you watch this tandoor basically belch fire. Ooh.
Yeah.
Lot of damage.
Should I click on the saving throw?
Yeah, just so I've got too many sheets on my screen. Can you say?
I'm rolling the saving throw for one of them. Hotoxy gets a 16, so doesn't take the full damage. And a 15.
No. They need to clear a 10.
Great. So the two brothers do like a duo move of sorts. You see like some kind of performative routine that maybe they had earlier, but they do take fire as their own tandoor is grilling them. Like, this is poetic but terrible. Yeah, animated table that is next to these people will try to I think it's just trying to cause chaos, so it will try to attack those two. I only see one animated stove on the initiative, so I think we need to still add the other
I missed one. Yes.
Okay, animated table. Great. Yeah, the animated table is just going to try to ram into the big guy here. who at this point, if anyone is noticing, was in the middle of fetching something from his entire body, kind of like a seaweed cloak that he's wearing almost, and has a briefcase out that he's handing out to the elven figure next to him that was in the infinity pool. But as that happens, he gets hit for sure. Yeah, he takes the damage. It's all reflected. He gets attacked again, is it? Okay, so that's it. At the bottom of the round, Wanaba is definitely going to try to get away from the hag and this whole situation. The hag is blinded and quite low, so I would say she would not be able to get an attack. He just starts. He actually looks at Wanafi and he says, "We're going now," and he jumps into the ocean. Wanafi, a look, it's like every time. Gets up, jumps onto the table, has like a spear that comes out of nowhere, doesn't use it, looks at the hag, gives you all a bow and says, "Meet us somewhere quickly. We are leaving. The dreamer's about to depart." And she jumps off also into the ocean behind Wanaba.
Okay. And
You
I
see both of them making their way to like this boat down there.
and as he's leaving, I'll scream "Murderer!" the same way the hag did.
With like the long nahi. Yeah. Cool. Top of the
Bacha!
round.
Okay, I like yell after that. I'm just like,
What did you say?
uska bacha ka.
He turns back and says, "Look, he was trying to kill me. He was trying to steal gunpowder from the mine and believe me." Next, keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. Okay, so I asked Zorel, Captain, should we go after them? Should we like stay here? I mean, they're paying us.
Choose your instinct, my dear friend. Go for it.
I run and jump in. While doing that, I like
Rabbit.
snap my fingers to turn the snake back into a star and catch it.
Well, we're not out of initiative yet.
Oh, we're not. Oh, damn it.
I'll say
But
top
damn
of the
it, I
round,
tried running, but I couldn't.
Your snake goes first. So you could basically ask it to come back to you.
Is it still wrapped
Give you
around? Is it still attempting to wrap around?
It's attempting to wrap, but it only was able to damage.
Okay, so wait, is it my turn? I don't think so. Right?
Next turn.
Oh, it's snake's turn. It's going to attempt to. It's going to attempt
Oh wait,
to.
no, it went on your turn. So we're
Yeah.
gonna keep with that. Yeah. Okay, animated broom number 1 is
Come on, Nimbus.
No, that's the shit one. The second
Oh.
one is Nimbus.
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I think the animated brooms can fly, but they are going to try to attack the closer creatures first. So the hag has no idea and cannot give instructions and is blinded, so doesn't really know what's going on. So the brooms are just going on instinct at this point. I'll say
Also, DM,
yeah.
isn't this a concentration spell? Wouldn't it be?
Which one?
Animate object? I'm assuming that's what's been used.
No, it's not that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. She seems to have known her way around this place, and the brothers knew about her from the interaction that you had just before this broke out. So you feel like there might be something other than all that to her. So the animated broom, Prakrit, help me attack the teenager, please. The bored ass teenager that is looking
On it.
like little perplexed, but no, one of them is gonna attack the teenager, the other is gonna attack Rekha.
Bring it.
Alright, it hits Raju.
It misses Raju and then hits Raju.
His name is Raju.
Yeah. Oh wow. Wait, how much damage did it do?
4.
4 points.
Okay. For some reason the damage, the way it's showing up for me on Foundry is really strange.
Also, is it rolling twice or it has 2
It has
attacks?
It's a multi attack.
Okay.
Oh, I
Uh,
missed Rekha. One
a
misses
hit.
Rekha, the other hits.
The second one does 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
But since I'm in rage, half?
Yes.
Yeah, half.
Yep,
It's already done. It's tracked.
Okay, great.
great. Yeah, you take it like a champ, you feel like a little pat of this broom.
My mother used to hit me harder.
Rekha, it's your turn.
Okay, so start of the round again. The lightning happens at
yeah.
the hag itself. So con save of 13.
Nice.
Wait, it happens every round?
Yes.
That's a crazy ability.
Whoa, that's mad.
Wild magic,
Okay, that passes.
barbarians are 19, that saves.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do one great sword attack at the broom first.
Okay.
Reckless.
Break that twig.
You're targeting. Oh, come on.
Oh shit. Oh. Okay, I'm targeting the orc then. Never mind.
Sure. 27 will hit.
And that's 16 points of damage. Does she go down?
Wait, I can't see her yet. Ah, there she is.
She's down.
Okay. And do the
Yeah.
objects stop?
Take a killing blow if you like.
Okay, I try to shoot lightning at her first, and she dodges it. As she dodges it one side, I turn around the other side and just chop her head off from that side in a downwards motion.
Yeah.
I just wanted to eat in peace. And I look at the broom, and I do my
Before-
second.
In fact, once you cut her head off, it continues talking at you, blinded, says, my sisters will find you. Like
You can
this.
hear Kalyud screaming in the background, very high pitch, like
Discord didn't pick that up.
Yeah, Discord just muted you outside.
With her going down, the animated things fall.
whoa,
Oh,
You
whoa,
are
whoa, whoa.
now out of initiative. Seraph, you almost get crushed by
But
this
still.
animated table as it just becomes a normal table right on top of you.
Okay, can I try rolling away as happens?
Sure, give me a dexterity check or acrobatics check.
All right.
17! Escape! You're not a pigeon! Don't die!
Acrobatics check, no?
Yeah.
Attributes, acrobatics. Yeah. Does that escape?
Yeah, I think that easily works. You make your way as if you never left the table. You appear back at one of the chairs of the table in front of like a full plate of food. Yeah, you are out of initiative, and the rest of the establishment is perplexed there is a bar brawl that is happening inside, regardless of any animated figures. The drunk man woke up again and started beating people up. Wanapi and Wanaba are now in the boat that is to the southern edge. They come up sailing on it towards the patio and go. Wanaba goes, "Oh, you took care of it. Wow, not the best to stay here now. Very good that we are traveling far, far away. Come on."
Is that
Are we
is
leaving?
that boat your
No, this is no, but my ship is around the corner.
Just like I just yell at them like, jump, and I start running. I like click my fingers for the snake to turn into my staff again, and
Yeah.
like this thing basically reappear in my hand. So I run and just like if it doesn't reappear, I just like quickly pick it up, and I jump and yell,
Nice.
And after seeing that, what I'll do is I will cast enlarge on the cannon. Can I wait? Could I actually cast enlarge on a non-living thing?
I think it has
It's
to be
a creature or an object. Yeah. You
Or an object. Oh.
Yeah. So I will cast enlarge on the cannon, and I'm gonna get into it, and I'll like make it fire.
While running, I'm gonna yell at Zoral like, check the hag to see if she has anything on her. And I'm just gonna run.
That's my girl. Now go check the hack.
I stop him. That's my kill. And I check.
Yeah, it doesn't take you long. I won't say you need an investigation check at this point since there's no rush. More food is brought out to you. The brothers are very pleased that it's over, but they are also a little frightened, and they start telling you that if you take what's on that hag's body, you might get followed even closer. And as you're going through the body, you find like an eye that is not like, you know, the eyes that you probably destroyed and squished with your kills before, but it's like a hardened eye that has like a glassy surface, but the inside keeps like looking around, and when you pick it up, it looks straight at you, and it says the Athena brothers both go, yeah, we probably need to shut down the bar for a little bit. They funded a lot of this renovation, so thanks for that.
And during all of this, you can hear Seraphim go, "I'm flying!"
Yes, that's great. You owe us about 14 gold.
Captain, pay for it! And like Seraphine and Kalyoga are like over the edge now.
Yeah, like I'm like over. I'm left.
I'm not even gonna pretend to like not hear it. I'm gonna like pretend that it didn't happen and just continue doing a course.
I turn back and I shout, "Can you bring your boat here? I kinda don't wanna get my foot
You
wet."
guys.
They say that it can't be brought to this side of the shore, but maybe to the other edge of the patio. Meet us there. Pointing to like the boat that's on the northern.
You hear Kalyoga and Seraphine just go like, oh fuck! It's like, oh.
Did we get into the boat, or are we just like mid-air or in the water? What's the situation, dear?
We freeze frame on half of you in the air, like going into the water.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. As you can easily make your way to the Dreamer and head off on your voyage to Ambershine Island.
Hey! Awesome. Okay.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot to this map that you guys haven't seen. So I wonder if we can kind of show everybody that map.
Sure.
Prakrit, is it possible? I'm actually gonna
Yeah.
make it daylight
Because
that's the
Jeevan's
thing.
falling off to sleep. We understand, Ankit. We understand. That's what we
Quite
feel.
comparatively to our sessions.
It's
Yeah, that's true. He has lasted a
Yes.
lot longer than he usually would have.
This is TPK tradition, is when Jeevan goes to sleep.
Yeah,
Can't do-
don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
All our sessions last until I fall asleep on stream.
Yeah, that's our alarm clock.
Wait, I thought I did make it daytime. Something happened.
It became darker.
Yeah,
Nighttime.
it should be now.
Green pains,
Daylight.
guys. Green pains.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for being part of this. I know it wasn't
Yeah.
like a combat heavy or challenging thing as for your players. But yeah, this is just a precursor. And
No, this is damn fun. We've never played on Foundry before, so I'm actually, honestly, I'm glad it wasn't too complicated because I was like, oh fuck.
yeah, I mean, big thanks to Prakrit for being here, for helping us out. I would have not been able to do this without him. So,
Yeah.
I went. I found it good, and very quickly I wrote 3 macros for like my dagger, my sharpshooter, and my offhand attack, and it never came to my second turn. No, but Foundry is good in a way that like once you get like a little bit of an idea of how it's working, like you can do shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
there's
is
tons
this?
more that we didn't really do with it.
Yeah.
But hopefully,
Yeah,
there'll be-
if you could zoom out on our live camera, you'd probably be able to see the whole map now.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
There was a lot we didn't do.
yeah.
Okay.
All of this is kind of part of this DLC package where all this
Nice.
entire map, some of the setups for the storylines with the Badena brothers, all that is also part of the package. But you need or need not use it. I changed a lot of it myself for this session particularly, and trying to seed in your backstories a little bit here and there. But yeah, I hope you guys like the flavor of the story and the kind of thematic things we were going for. And yeah,
I think the favorite thing was the Golgappas. Like I think that was like the Golgappa.
The Golgappas, yeah. I
I never got to actually
Eat.
explain how good it was, but it was, it was like a whole bathtub of the dipping,
Oh,
the pani puri
Uh-huh.
amazingness, and yeah, it
But
was
yeah.
worth the wait. Yeah.
This is for like everybody watching this. This is just an example of how much you can do with a module. So like feel free to reuse this for like a lot of different types of parties more than anything. Like this is just the way that we play and did shit today with our characters.
Yeah.
But like I mean like
Yeah,
I would see
yeah.
the same thing go completely differently with like the party that we have, like Bo and Finn and Eldon. So yeah, so guys, don't feel beset. DM if shit doesn't happen. You just need to find the right players.
Yeah. And I really hope that people do use this map and do use all these assets that we're giving to, adapt into their own worlds. That's the whole goal with this, and hopefully we'll be doing something again soon. There's a lot more stuff coming out from us at PanicNot. I know there's always stuff coming out from Pigeon Killers. I personally, oops.
Oh.
Well,
Personally,
bros.
occasionally is a
I
plus.
personally, whoops, free.
Such a paranormal kind of
No, but
moves away and
I
freezes.
swear.
also all the PanicNot links will be in our description.
Yes.
For those of you who
Yeah.
are not already there,
You guys
so
can.
please look. Yeah, he completely
Yeah,
correct. Cool.
I'll pick up where Ankit left off
Sure.
and just tell you guys that we have this map and a bunch of other goodies and enhancements to our Ambershine module are available if you with our a little TLC for DLC program. So if you decide to contribute and give to charity, you've got access to all this. And Ankit's back.
And all the links
somehow
to all
I
of that
combine-
you can find in the description.
Did not expect that, but thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Loads of fun,
Absolutely.
guys.
Not
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
for setting this up on on what is it called?
Foundry,
Yeah.
yes.
I was thinking of forgery Sunday, but
But even I have misspoken it as forgery so many times. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just-
Forge is a thing, right? That you can use for.
Hero
Yeah,
Forge.
Hero making stuff.
yeah, Hero Forge. That's what I can.
We would like to assure the viewers that there is no forgery involved.
Yeah, that is true. But this is fantastic, guys. Like us as the Pigeon Killers, we're looking forward to even like running the Voyage to Ambershine.
Yeah, the main campaign, that's something that we should totally do.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
look
we-
forward to that as well. We're definitely going to play testing the whole thing.
Yeah, we are planning to like do a series where we playtest modules.
Yeah.
So not playtest in the sense like play modules and just give our reviews and like help DMs to like learn through how you do a module based thing if you're very new to the game and stuff. So this is something that we'll definitely check out when we're starting that.
Yeah.
And that module is actually meant for people to just pick up for their first game or to run their first game.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Set up ready to go for the end. Yeah, that's why I wanted to kind of do this as a prologue of sorts because I know that I can't even run that module the same way twice, even though I've helped it.
That's
So
cool.
may as well have
Yeah.
them do it. So yeah, again, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Alright.
night.
Alright, good night, guys.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
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 Bye bye.